O'Reilly Auto Parts will even install your wiper blades free of charge. See better and drive safer with new wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the course keeps changing right before your eyes. And in order to maneuver it, you need an expert by your side. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PC and tech solutions you need to help you get out in front and stay ahead of the game. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
The Brian Bailey Show.
The Kinston Vikings. Perry Tyndall is their fine coach. Your toughest test was with Washington, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, we had Coach Watt did a good job. He's got a very young team, and we were, kind of jumped on them, and they battled back. And so, yeah, good test, really going into the South Granville game. And honestly, in some ways, you could say Cummings is a little bit more of just a seasoned version of Washington.
Tune in Mondays at noon for the Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, right here on Pirate Radio.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
Everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. For used vehicles, Brown & Wood has a lifetime powertrain on every vehicle you buy from us, new or used. So even when you buy a used vehicle from Brown & Wood, you have lifetime powertrain. We cover the engine, transmission for as long as you own the car.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above. Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly. Because grilled to order makes a sub above.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
For dine-in or to-go, Familia is your favorite place for great Italian food and more. Familia has just launched a new menu featuring new pizzas like the Sweet and Spicy and the Southwest Chicken. Every Sunday, you can feed the whole family with a buy one, get the second pizza half-price special all day. If you need to unwind after work during the week, stop by Wednesday for half-price wine, and Thursdays, all drafts are only $2. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed.
You ever seen anybody that starstruck you at all?
The most recent or just the most?
Well, give us both, whatever you got.
I mean, obviously, it's been a while since I've done a most recent. Well, I guess no, I didn't get to see John Gruden. I went to, no, I've already known those guys.
If you ain't got one, you ain't got one.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Sustained effort and violence.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Do we not agree?
It can be a total goat rodeo.
Was that supposed to be funny?
Cool, neat story.
A fat, stinky kind of dude that someone thought had a radio voice.
What's wrong with my voice?
Doesn't seem like a real bad guy, but just a bit full of himself and sees himself as a huge radio personality.
Dominating the East Coast.
He looks fat and stinky.
Oh.
And is an absolute bozo.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, a beautiful day in eastern North Carolina and a lovely day to talk sports with you here on Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios. You can find us today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We are on 1250, 930, also online, pr927fm.com. Make sure you like the Pirate Radio Facebook page, and you can watch us there each and every day on Facebook Live, and also subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. Watch this show, The Brian Bailey Show, our ECU post-game videos, and other goodies can be found on YouTube at Pirate Radio TV. You can chime in with your questions, comments, thoughts, and we will interact with you on today's program. We got some guests coming up on the way, including around 30 minutes from now, we will talk to Audrey LeClair, daughter of Keith LeClair. It is the Keith LeClair Classic going on this weekend in Greenville, North Carolina. Audrey and the family will be here, excited for some Pirate baseball, and we'll talk about that, some memories of her father, some of her favorite Pirates from over the years, and looking forward to talking to Audrey LeClair coming up in about 30 minutes, as she will join us right here on the program. At 4 o'clock, we'll talk all things ECU baseball, basketball, football, and more with Stephen Igoe from Hoist the Colors. He'll join us in the Pirate Radio studios. And at 5 o'clock, we'll be joined in studio by Touchdown Tony Collins, and we'll also head out to the Pirate Radio Live line and talk to Mike Mullis. Talk a little baseball, talk a little golf, and more with Mully and Touchdown Tony Collins coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. Also, we have Troy D alongside to kick off today's program. Hello, Troy.
Yeah. That was my Coach Mullis impersonation.
No.
Yeah. I can't tell if it's a no or a yeah. I've realized, I'll talk to Chandler about this. No, yeah is a yes. No is a no.
All right.
So take that into account.
I'll remember that in the 5 o'clock hour.
No, yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah.
How are you
Anyway,
today?
good to see you, Clip. How are you, buddy? I'm in a great mood. You know why?
Why?
Let me show you one picture right here.
Oh, man.
What does that say?
90 degrees.
Yes. In the 2 o'clock hour. This was in the Pirate Radio truck, 90 degrees. This wasn't the thermostat on the, AC deal. This was the outside temperature, at least according to the truck.
A smoker.
And I don't care if it's off by a few degrees. That's close. It's great enough for me.
That's a...
This is almost, dare I say, a summer-like day.
Yeah.
In early March.
Welcome to March.
Yes.
Welcome to spring. Welcome to summer, all at the same time.
And this Saturday night, guess what, Clip?
What?
I do believe we will be 1 week away. 1 week away.
All right.
From the time change.
Okay.
From sunsets after 7 p.m. So we're almost at your 1 week warning.
Almost there,
I am
folks.
fired up. So it is. It's getting close now. I can really see it, and really put me in a much better mood.
Happy to hear that.
Thank you.
Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, and Content Junkie Schaefer also producing today's program. How did the T-shirt sales go at UBE today?
Man, also putting me in a great mood. First of all, big thank you to our entire team. Everybody played a role in this. We had a full court press on this deal, so our entire staff, from interns to ownership, was a part of this deal. And thank our friends at UBE for hosting us, for letting us be there. We officially we were there from 11 to 2. We sold out of all the tie-dye Jungle Vibe only shirts, all the dry fit. We did a few extra long sleeve just to throw it out there a little bit different. We have a couple remaining of those. We may let UBE have those for the weekend potentially for folks that might have missed it. But thanks to the generosity of the Pirate Nation, not only did they get a great looking T-shirt for $10, we are able to cut a check, and we've raised money for the Fight Against ALS and Mustache Marches effort by ECU Baseball. We will join that effort with them, and we'll present a check to Coach Cliff Godwin later on this month for $1,500, Cliff, as we've sold out of the shirts. And
Awesome.
we're very excited about that. Once again, thanks to everybody that came out. I apologize to those of you that had to work, that could not come out or live out of the market. It is hard to be all things to all people when we do a quick fundraiser like this. The goal was just to raise some money, do a fun promotion, do a cool shirt. I'm not saying that we won't do these again, but this was the opportunity that we had to be there to do it, where we were fully staffed up, and it evidently worked out great. So once again, thanks to everybody that was able to come out. Thanks to our entire staff that was able to be a part of it, and it was fantastic. So I know Glenn got some great videos of this and some pictures that we have up online if you missed it. And we were very successful. Another huge successful event for us.
Chandler Honeycutt, you were a part of it. You're also modeling the shirt once again today.
Yeah, it was a great day at UBE, and great to see all of Pirate Nation come out and get the T-shirts today and help the fight against the ALS. And a lot of people coming up to the table today with a laundry list. A lot of people getting orders for people that couldn't be there.
They got creative. Like if you can't be there, they sent friends.
Yeah, so
we didn't put a limit on it this time. So we had some people buy 10.
Several people, I would say, well, what can we get for you? Hold on, let me look. I got a list. So, but yeah, it was a successful day selling T-shirts over at UB.
Good deal. Should see a lot of those coming up this weekend at Audrey LeClair Stadium, as the Pirates will play home games Friday, Saturday, Sunday against Indiana State, Michigan, and Maryland.
And a big game Saturday against Michigan with Bakich back in town. So that'll be
Bakich, Snobble.
Yeah, you're right. It's like a reunion of the when was that? Like, let's say late 90s.
Cliff Godwin said so a couple of his best friends will be in town, and they will be coaching against Cliff
Plus,
Godwin.
this is a house divided game for me. As you might know, Cliff, my sister went to Michigan. You've probably heard me talk about that before. I knew we were playing them in football coming up. I believe next year, I think we open up. Or the following year. It's either next year.
2023.
Yeah. But how about baseball? So if we could get them Saturday, and then we could follow it up with a win in the big house, I could be 2-0 against my sister.
Yeah, okay. Let's start with this weekend.
Let's start with this weekend first. So I'm really hoping they can beat them this weekend so I can take a picture of the scoreboard and then send a taunting message to my sister.
I'm sure
who will be on pins and needles wondering what the outcome of this baseball game is.
That'll really break her up if East Carolina beats Michigan in baseball.
It's like, they played?
Yeah. Be careful.
That's the good news. I'm not setting anything beforehand, so in case we do lose, she won't even know the game happened.
She might Jawan Howard you, Troy Day, if you're not careful. So
she is open hand to the face.
She is a Michigan woman.
You'll also, as Josh points out, I was going to get to this. When you accessorize your awesome new Pirate Radio Jungle Vibes Only shirt, you might see people wearing a purple cowboy hat.
I love this, and I hate that I had to move my time. I wasn't here with you when Zach was on, but I heard him talk about that. I think that's nothing against the Birdhouse thing, but I feel like this team needs to have their own identity. And the Birdhouse was really last year's team, the Traffic Cone. I love this cowboy hat thing they're doing, and I love the idea. What did Agnes say? Let's do a purple cowboy hat.
Yeah, purple bedazzled cowboy hat.
I think that is fantastic. What a great idea to take an idea that was cool, like the Birdhouse, but customize it for this team, and then customize it again, where it's just not any cowboy hat, but a purple bedazzled cowboy hat. And then I think you're going to see a lot of fans starting to wear purple cowboy hats, and this is going to become this year's thing.
Yeah, well, it started with him having his own cowboy hat in the dugout, and I think he got tired of people touching it, and I think he said somebody dented it. And this past weekend, I think on Sunday against Carolina, so he was like, hey, how about we get something different that everybody can like touch and share?
Yeah.
Don't touch my hat.
Yeah, it could be the team's hat.
Let's get one for the team.
I love it. I think it's great.
I think that's very specific in what he wants.
I think you're going to see that roll out this weekend.
I think Josh has one ready to go. This is someone on Twitter whose daughter got him a purple cowboy hat, and it has LED lights around the brim.
You want to talk about next level.
Cool.
I mean, when you want to say bedazzled, that is
And
like
that was who now?
That's a modern day bedazzling.
This
right
is
there.
A Spooner on Twitter.
That requires almost a battery pack somewhere.
Yeah, I hope it can last.
Or
the
is it
entire
solar?
weekend.
Yeah, that's awesome though. So great job by Agnos talking about that publicly.
I mean, it was one sentence. He mentioned it, and then it.
But that's how things happen. It's organic. I love stuff like that. It's not some fake thing. It just kind of happens, and fans take off with it, and there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, with Zach Agnos' energy, everybody's just going to follow suit because his energy is just so contagious.
Do we not agree?
Do we not agree?
We all agree.
Yes, we do.
Man, so that's going to be awesome coming up this weekend. And again, we'll talk to Audrey LeClair about her father, Keith LeClair, and the Keith LeClair Classic Troy D. As you'll see a lot of 23s, a lot of the LeClair family around this weekend.
One of the nicest guys I've ever had a chance to meet as a coach with ECU, Keith LeClair. I mean, just a class individual. There's a reason, and listen, I know some people talk good about folks after they pass away or whatever. They don't talk good about Keith because he's not here. They talk good about Keith because of who he was and how he lived his life. And man, the guy was first class. And I'm just fortunate that I got a chance to interact with him when I was first getting started in this business, Clip, because a lot of newer Pirates only know him by name,
right,
or have seen maybe videos of him or something, or hear about his legend grows as time goes on. But I am firmly convinced if he had not been stricken with ALS, that he would have led this university to a College World Series. I don't think there is any doubt about it. And really, he is the first guy that made that the goal and the mission and did it in a way where, hey, this isn't a joke. This isn't a pipe dream. We're going to do this. And his demeanor was calm. I mean, he was just a great leader. And he just had a great way about him. And you don't see that all the time in coaching. There's a lot of different personalities in coaching, but man, he was just a joy to be around.
Well, now he has his player leading the charge at East Carolina.
Yeah.
So it is a very similar feel because Cliff Godwin has taken that torch and absolutely ran with it and has built the program on the foundation that Keith LeClair laid. So it kind of feels like it did 20 years ago, Troy D, with the way Cliff Godwin runs this program now.
Yeah, I mean, the legacy continues through Cliff, very, very much so.
And Pirates are coming into this game playing pretty well. They've knocked off 2 straight ACC opponents in North Carolina and Duke. Got Duke in the midweek 12-2. So playing some pretty good baseball. Cliff Godwin, after Tuesday's game, said it was the best game they had played so far this season. So you hope they carry that into the weekend.
You feel a lot better about this team right now today than you did when they were sitting at 1-5. And that seems like a while ago. So they've got some momentum. As you said, they knocked off 2 ACC teams. They got a 2-game win streak coming in here. If they can take care of business Friday, put together a 3-game win streak, and then what a huge matchup against Michigan. I mean, and you want to talk about a really good baseball team.
Yeah, great field coming up this weekend at the Keith LeClair Classic. Troy D, we are 1 week away. In fact, if East Carolina stays where they are and play in that 8-9 game, we will be wrapping up East Carolina's first round conference tournament game at this time next week.
Wow.
It will be a 1:00 tip-off. Now, if they get into that 7-10 game, which they could do with a win against Wichita State and a Cincinnati loss to SMU, they would start that game at 3:30 next Thursday. So next Thursday, either way, we're going to have some Pirate postseason hoops. They have also won 2 games in a row.
Yes, and what an exciting time with March Madness creeping up on us. So.
Man, I've been watching a lot of college basketball, and night in, night out, it is wild. The brackets are going to be nuts.
Do you have the CBS March Madness theme? Kind of gets me fired up. I don't know if you...
Are we eligible to play that on the show?
Well, I guess we'll have to talk about that. We are, and we have the rights to the tournament, but sometimes YouTube, doesn't understand what you have the rights for, and they have weird rules and stuff. But if we talk over it, that's like a CBS. That's not like a copyrighted traditional Beatles song. That's just theme music to CBS Sports.
Fair enough. Well, let's hear
let it fire up, Shirley. We'll talk over it too, so it doesn't trigger anything. But we have renewed our agreement with CBS and Westwood One, so we will be the home of the NCAA tournament for 2022. Yet again, Clip Brock will carry all the games. First round to the Sweet 16 to the Final Four to the National Championship.
We're starting with the first 4, baby.
You're
Not
right.
just the first round.
Yes.
We got games before the games.
Yes, we'll have the first 4 to the final 4.
There you go.
And everything in between. So we go, and really on those, and that opening weekend, we go wall-to-wall coverage. It really goes from noon to midnight. And it's the only time we really do this. We preempt this program.
Yeah,
on Thursday, Friday, which I know you'll be crushed about. Maybe we'll have you here still do live cut-ins.
Well, you say that. It's almost like Red Zone Radio.
It is. It's
during
very
that
cool.
First 2 days.
I love the radio broadcast, because it's the traditional. If you grew up, if you're a little bit older, you might remember they used to kind of go from game to game. Now every game's on in its entirety on some channel.
Yeah.
So you get spoiled. It wasn't like that before. It used to just be on CBS, and they'd only show one game at a time. But if that game got out of hand, they'd go to another game, then they'd go to another game, and they kind of bounce around. And that's kind of what they do on the radio. Now, they go from game to game on the radio, whatever, they'll start with a main game, but then they'll go to the end of another game. It's really kind of cool. So
it is. And, folks, it's 2022. Can we not do the True TV jokes this year, or do we have to do them again? What's True TV? Never heard of it. Do I have it? What channel is it? Just use your Google.
Oh, you've been talking to Bryce Williams again?
Well,
you know it's coming. What channel's TNT?
Yeah, Bryce is a lost cause.
I will say this. I know what True TV is. I've flipped over before. I have seen it on the tournament, in past years. If you were to give me a pop quiz and say what channel, like if I'm still on, call me old school.
Well, that's fine.
I'm still on Sublink. I couldn't tell you what channel it's on, but when it's time to find it, I know how to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is this is like the 7th, 8th, 9th year it's been on.
I know it's going to be on True TV, TBS, TNT, or CBS. Those are basically your 4 options.
Those are the channels.
I don't know if they're putting it on Comedy Central again or any of these.
Don't believe so.
Yeah.
Maybe Nickelodeon will have a playoff game. But we'll figure it out. We can do this together.
But East Carolina basketball, once again, Clip, finishing with a guaranteed now regular season winning record, if you haven't been following that story.
That is correct.
So in the first time, only the third time since how many years we were talking about on Monday?
I think it's the third in the last 25, something like that.
Only 3 times in the last 25 years. Joe Dooley, lifetime contract?
Well... The question is, will Joe Dooley be back next year?
Yeah. Will he get any contract?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the question.
Will he get an extension?
I mean, what if Dooley gets hot and finishes the year strong and then gets hot in the conference
What is
tournament?
hot?
What if he wins 4 games in the conference tournament?
If he goes to the tournament?
Yes.
Yes, he will get a contract. That was an easy answer.
Then you've got to, there's not an option.
Obviously. Yes.
If Joe Dooley takes East Carolina to the big dance, and it is possible, Clip. Don't say it's not possible. It is possible.
I didn't plan to.
I mean, what an incredible feat that would be, though.
Yeah.
It's not on the realm of impossibility, is what I'm saying. They have had some big upsets. They've shown they can compete at times.
What big upsets have they had?
Well,
I mean, if we're going to talk about it, let's talk
Memphis
about it.
Was a big deal?
It wasn't a big upset. It was. There's one.
You're my basketball guy, and you're like Debbie Downer. I thought you'd be all fired up.
I'd rather just speak in facts than just these.
But this is the time you can have that dream, that fantasy, that it could happen. It's still in front of us. It's still, you got to speak it into existence.
All right.
Think it, speak it, live it.
You want to add an upset to the resume? Round 2 of the tournament next Friday. Let's knock off Houston. That'll be an upset.
Yeah.
On the path to the big dance.
Yeah. I do get excited this time of year because it is just 4 wins, and if they could do that, East Carolina would be in the big dance.
For the first time since 1993.
Yep.
It does not say...
And I'll buy the shirt this time.
...exactly where the game will be shown next week. It says ESPN, ESPN2, or the U, so it will not be a plus or anything like that. You will be able to find it easily.
Yeah.
The game next...
No, it'll be on the
Thursday.
ESPN app.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you'll be able to watch it for free is what you're saying.
Yes.
If you have any type of subscription to
Actually,
ESPN.
I do have the answer to that. It'll be on ESPNU coming up next Thursday.
Guaranteed.
Guarantee.
All right.
That is a guarantee. If Tony Collins is coming on, it's guarantee day. I'm going to guarantee that, which I shouldn't do because I'm looking at Wikipedia.
Oh, gosh.
Which we know anybody could put up information.
Yeah, Steve Hill might have put that just to fool you.
I've been had by the best. All right. So there you go. All right. Troy, what do you got going?
Oh, this whole thing. This new
hey, nice shirt.
Thanks. Thank you, Clip.
Yeah.
This is my coaching gear today.
Right.
You probably didn't know. I wear many hats. Coach Troy D will be in effect today at Epps Middle School helping out with the baseball team. This is our last practice before the season opener. They're a little short-handed with coaches today. They've had some conflicts, so only one of our coaches will be there. So they've asked, some dads that they know are athletes that can get it done. So, of course, I was on the short list, and I told them, all right, I'll rearrange my schedule. That's why I'm on early with you today to go out and help the kids and show them how to get it done.
Wait, say that again. What's today? It's not a game. It's a what?
This is a practice.
Hey, you're talking about practice?
You know what
You're talking about practice.
Chandler, Troy D, you know what the D stands for? Dingers.
You're talking about practice.
I was trying to get Ellerby to come out there because his kid's on the team too. So they're teammates. So we're teammates here. Little Dreyfus and little Ellerby are also teammates.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, Jonathan, I'm going to have you throw some BP to me, and I'm going to show these kids how it's done.
Now, Troy, once again,
He said, now this would be some good content for
you. Never played baseball.
No, baseball is not my primary sport. That is true, Clip. I've made no bones about it. Yeah. But being a natural athlete, I still understand and gravitate and have the ability to get it done. And I think we should get the big dog out there to film us taking BP.
I would love to see you attempting to hit a baseball.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm just going to be out there helping the kids, and it's all about the kids, Cliff. It's not about me.
Really? For the first time ever?
But doesn't this new swag look good thanks to our friends at University Sportswear?
Yeah, you got a T-shirt.
So, yeah.
Is that why they let you go out there? You brought some T-shirts for everybody?
It did make the kids very happy. So we got a new practice gear this year.
All right.
So
I believe the children of our future, Troy D.
So
showing them the way.
If you're driving by the corner of 14th and Elm in the next couple hours, give us a honk.
When's the next game?
The game's Monday. So we had a scrimmage yesterday against your old alum,
A.G. Cox.
Yeah, and let me tell you who is really good at middle school baseball.
A.G. Cox.
I'm going to give the Raiders a shout out. A.G. Cox has a very, very good middle school baseball team. So good, I thought they had a few college players on their team.
You call it a team, Troy. It's more of a program.
It is a program.
We laid the foundation in the 90s.
I know some really good players that are like backups on that team, okay? Like they were like the stars of Greenville Little League that aren't even starting there. They are impressive. Their starting pitcher was the size of Big Dog. And now, if you know Big Dog, he's a big guy. He's tall, he's large, he's impressive. He's a full-grown man, is my point. Their pitcher looked like Big Dog, but had a little more hair.
Did he have a beard?
He did. He already had Mustache March going. I'm like, there's no way this kid's in 8th grade.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. Where do they feed them in Winterville? Someone said it looks like cheeseburgers come out of the water fountain at A.G. Cox.
Look, we raised them big down there.
I was like, they're a good team. It was a good team to scrimmage against because you see how you are. You want to scrimmage against somebody that's good.
Yeah,
be the man.
So we,
and our guys, made some mistakes, but they held up. But they see where the bar is, and I'll give the Raiders a shout out, man. They're really impressive.
Troy D, I was not on the baseball team. However, I was a part of the program. I was what you like to call a manager.
Were you?
I was a manager.
That's awesome, man.
Set up the equipment.
Yeah.
More importantly, got all the gear, got all the fitteds. I had the hats. I got to go to the games, ride the bus with my buddies that were on the team. It was a blast.
So Tyler, my son, is on the team, and I wanted his twin brother Bryce to be the manager. I thought, man, you could be the manager. That'd be cool.
It was fun.
And they already had. It was baseball was so popular this year at Epps. They already had a manager by the time he was ready to sign up. So
had a blast.
Yeah, that's a cool role. I'm glad you were able to do that.
Cool, neat job.
It is
6th grade.
And look, you get out of school early.
Yeah.
There are some benefits, man.
You get all the perks and not have to worry about striking out.
Yeah, right. It's not a bad gig.
It's fantastic.
And you are a part of the program.
Before I could play basketball in 7th grade, in 6th grade, Troy D, I was the scorekeeper for basketball. I always found myself around the games.
You gravitated
whether or not I was playing in said game.
And still doing that today.
Correct.
You are very involved in sports, and you still don't have to lift a a bat. You don't have to dribble a basketball. You don't have to kick a football.
None of it.
But you are probably more involved in sports today than ever before.
Yeah, and one of the goals in this business was to go to live sporting events for free or to get paid to be there.
Yes, and sometimes you get both.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great gig.
Yeah, don't tell anybody.
It's what I wanted to do, and I have, like you said, talked it into existence.
Yes, that's why I'm saying 4 wins in the tournament for the Pirates.
That's all it takes.
In the American Athletic Conference tournament. Just 4 wins in a row. And we are going to the big dance, Shirley Rhodes.
So next Thursday, we'll be 80 minutes away.
And we'll be watching Selection Sunday. Can you imagine the guys huddled in the Murphy Center, the bright lights, the cameras, the national feed, waiting for the reaction? And now, the 16th seed.
Let's give them a 14.
In the East Division.
They don't call it a division.
All right, whatever, the pod. In Greensboro, North Carolina. East Carolina, making their 3rd appearance all time. Their last appearance was 1993. I mean, it would be so awesome. I would lose my bleep just listening to that. The Selection Sunday show where they announced ECU.
If they're a 14, let's see, who would they be playing?
Come on, how are you saying 14 seed? What? Now, this is the truth. God forbid we are good enough to do this. They'll stick us in the first 4 games, I bet. And we won't even be in the real tournament.
Well, only 16s and bubble team and 11s go there. I think
we would get stuck in the first. We'd get stuck in Akron, Ohio.
I think we'd firmly make a 15 or 14.
You're crazy, really?
Yeah.
I guess it depends who else is wins their tournament that shouldn't.
Right. There's going to be some teams with bad records that win.
Like some of these smaller conferences.
And they love storylines. So here's what they do, Troy D. 15 seed East Carolina taking on Kansas.
Oh, yes.
Joe Dooley versus Bill Self.
The mentor versus the mentee.
That's right.
Oh, man. God, we already written the script
it's
for this.
It's written. We spoke about it. Well, let's make it happen.
God, what if that happened? That would be incredible. And that's what I love about college basketball. They love the underdog. They love stories like this. College football? No, we don't want to let any smaller schools, underdogs involved. They're greedy. They're greedy clip in college football.
Yeah.
Basketball, they spread it around.
Spread the love.
Yeah.
Jay Johnson, further going over my resume, he's right.
Wow. Clip Brock also kept the book for Little League, Men's Church League softball in Winterville.
That's right.
No kidding. Yeah. Greenville Little League, you did that? Or was it Winterville Little League?
Winterville.
Oh, okay.
Never Greenville.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Winterville.
You're a Winterville
born
guy.
and bred.
Yeah. Winter Vegas, baby, for Clip Brock.
That's right.
That's awesome. You got quite the resume, Clip.
I've just built it. Yeah. Check out my LinkedIn page. There's a lot going on there. All right, Troy D, good stuff.
Off to Coach the Kids, Clip. Coach Troy D, you know me, always helping the kids.
Sometimes less is more. Just let them kind of. You just kind of.
Mike, I joked with it. I said, really, my goal is to not get hit by a baseball today.
Yeah, you should probably
if I don't get hit by a baseball, this was a successful practice.
You know the L screen where you pitch behind? You should just walk around with an L screen the entire day.
I thought you were going to say sit behind it in the fetal position.
Well, either way. Whatever.
I'll be the only one with a batting helmet on the whole time.
There you go. Hey, you need a David Price Construction hard hat?
I just want to ride by the field, and when I do, I'll see the kids actually showing Troy how to throw a baseball. It's like this.
Work on your release point, kids. Release point.
Oh boy, it's going to be a day of education.
We're going to talk about exit velocity. I got a lot of stuff to go over with these kids.
Yeah, you did. All right, well, we'll let you get into that. When we return, we will talk to Audrey LeClair, daughter of Keith LeClair, a couple of days ahead of the Keith LeClair Classic, actually one day ahead of the Classic, which gets underway on Friday. We'll do that when we return on Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday. Back with you after this.
Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it New York style. So you can fold it or not. Hang on, I know, I fold it. Get a New York style pizza from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, the new Papa John's New York Style Pizza is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Hello, this is Michael McGraw from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville. We offer a variety of services including arthroscopic surgery, sports medicine, carpal tunnel and general orthopedics, fracture care, total joint replacement, physical therapy, and on-site MRIs. For experienced professional medical care, visit our office on W.H. Smith Boulevard in Greenville and online at orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East providing services to ECU and Pitt County athletics for over 35 years. Go Pirates!
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hey Pirate fans, did you know there are thousands of special needs children and adults right here in our community that loves ECU athletics as much as you do? Robbie's Clubhouse is a local nonprofit organization that can turn your unused ECU tickets into a fun day for a family with special needs. If you can't make it to the next Pirate game, simply call 1-800-DIAL-ECU and donate and designate your tickets for Robbie's Clubhouse. Go Pirates!
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's for the best Mexican food and fun in Greenville. Come and enjoy favorites like shrimp tacos, steak and chicken fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, ACP, and more. Follow Chico's on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's for dine-in or to-go. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is your host, Clip Broad.
All righty. East Carolina back in action this weekend at home in the Keith LeClair Classic. 3 games coming up this weekend, Friday, against the Sycamores of Indiana State. That is a 4:30 slated start time at Clark LeClair Stadium, 4:30 Saturday when the Pirates take on Michigan, 3:30 Sunday against Maryland, and ECU will play game 2 of each and every day. There will be a game before East Carolina's game, so those are scheduled start times. Could be a little later than that, will not be any earlier than those start times I just mentioned. The family of Keith LeClair will be in town, including Audrey LeClair, daughter of Keith LeClair, who joins us today on Pirate Radio Live. And Audrey, we appreciate your time. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, and a big weekend on tap, and really looking forward to being out there Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Clark LeClair Stadium as East Carolina will welcome in Indiana State, Michigan, and Maryland to the 2022 Keith LeClair Classic. And the Pirates playing some good baseball, coming off wins over North Carolina and Duke. And just following you a little bit on social media, Audrey, I know you're still very up to date and very in tune with what goes on with ECU baseball, so you're probably excited to see them playing well heading into this weekend.
I definitely am. That is something that I never got away from. So college baseball season rolls around, and for my family and I, we have like 5 different games going on at once. So very excited to watch them play in person.
That's fantastic. And, the family will be here. Will you be throwing out a first pitch this weekend, Audrey?
I have no idea. I guess that'll be a game time decision, and I'll find out when I get there.
But the arm is loose and ready to go if need be.
Somewhat.
Somewhat. Okay. All right. Good deal. It is obviously a very special time for your family and for the Pirate baseball family. And I talk about this with Cliff Godwin, with the players. It extends to the parents, and it's really cool, Audrey, with your last name obviously on the stadium and in honor of your father. But it's almost like an extended family with ECU baseball, right? You probably feel like you have hundreds and thousands of other family members.
It really is. And honestly, even when we were there, just the Greenville community outside of baseball really embraced our family. And especially after my dad got diagnosed with ALS, I can't imagine any other place that we would have rather been. But it's kind of cool to see how we do have such a large family. And no matter where you go, Pirate fans, they just kind of stick together.
Audrey, I mentioned earlier in the week you were coming on the show, and Troy Dreyfus here said, man, I remember when Audrey LeClair was a little girl. So let's talk about Audrey LeClair, the woman, and what you're up to today. Tell everybody what you do now.
I am currently in medical school in Knoxville, Tennessee. So I am in my second year, about to finish up my second year in May, and then I will be off to clinical rotation.
Fantastic. And Audrey, I know you are doing all you can to raise awareness for ALS, to advance the medical side of this thing as far as a cure, as far as a better way of life when people are diagnosed with ALS. So just in the last 15 years or so, how many advances have you seen in that? And I'm sure you want to see a lot more, but how has that changed and advanced throughout these years?
So one of the biggest things, and I always have to give credit, is to Pete Frates and his family and what they did with the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Without them, the awareness, I do not believe, would be where it is today. And not to mention the funds that they raised along with that. And a lot of that has gone to some research. No crazy breakthroughs yet, but a big thing that just happened is there was a law passed in Congress, and it's called the ALS Right to Try Act. So basically, it allows ALS patients to kind of bypass the FDA regulations and get treatment sooner, which is a huge deal because a lot of these patients were actually dying without even trying treatment just because of all the regulations. So that is something huge that happened in the past couple of months that I know a lot of doctors and patients and their family members are looking forward to. So no crazy treatments yet, but they are definitely making, they're heading towards the right direction.
Right, and that is positive to hear. And yeah, that Ice Bucket Challenge really, encapsulated the world. And of course, around here and at other baseball programs, you'll see a lot of somewhat unattractive, but maybe a few attractive mustaches on the players' Audrey Mustache March, and just another way to raise awareness, and that's a big deal to Cliff. And we're going to see Michigan come into town with a couple of former Pirates that played here and played for your dad and Eric Bakich, and Nick Schnabel. So they obviously represent the 23. They wore it out in Omaha. So even that little part here and what we're doing here is kind of spread across the country, Audrey.
It really has, and it's really neat to see. Thankfully, I can't grow a mustache. JD kind of holds the fort down in that.
There you go. Good deal. Audrey LeClair joining us. So Jonathan Ellerby, the other owner here at Pirate Radio, said, hey, ask Audrey to fill out her lineup of her all-time favorite Pirates that played for her dad or were here during that time. And I said, that may be a tall task, but Audrey, do you have any players in particular that were your favorites here at East Carolina over the years?
Truly? Let me see. I kind of look at that 2001 team. They were over at our house quite a lot, or at least what I remember. Before that, I don't really remember much, but they were always in the backyard playing baseball with us, playing basketball. Dad would have them over from Mills, so that was Cliff and Eric Backage and Nick Schnabel, and later on we had Davey Penny, but Bryant Ward, Clinton McCullough, all of those guys, Sam Nairn, they were over at our house quite a bit. So if I don't know if I could pick a lineup. That 2001 team, we were around them quite a bit.
You named a pretty good batting order there, so yeah, a good start to that lineup. And you mentioned Clayton McCullough there. He is now the first base coach with the LA Dodgers. Of course, Cliff and Eric and those guys, Nick, getting into the coaching world in baseball. But even outside of the baseball world, guys who played on those teams for your father have succeeded in life. And you know, I somewhat remember those days, but I feel like Cliff Godwin has really done all he can to continue that legacy and to not only put together amazing teams on the field, but put great men out into the world. And I know that's something your father did, and that seems like it's continuing on today, Audrey.
Yes. And Cliff's done an incredible job, and sometimes I don't think he gets enough credit for what he really does behind the scenes, but he really is, in my opinion, doing an incredible job at kind of carrying on Dad's vision and kind of instilling those morals into his players as well.
Audrey, at this point, we do feel like we know a lot about the man your father was, and Bethany Bradsher had the fantastic book, and we hear from you, your family over the years, the Cliff stories. I mean, is there anything at this point that hasn't been told about your dad? What did he like to do outside of baseball, outside of the diamond?
He got into, so when he met my mom, they actually met when he was at Western Carolina. My aunt had been a cheerleader when he was playing baseball, so she introduced the two of them. But he kind of got into hunting and fishing just because my mom was from South Carolina, and it was about an hour and a half away from Western Carolina. So during that time, he really got into hunting and fishing. So in the off season, he was always hunting and fishing in South Carolina around the Clemson area. And, you know, he wasn't much of a golfer or anything like that, but just loved being out, like in the outdoors. I was such a daddy's girl, so I was always with him wherever he was. There's pictures of me getting off the bus with him. But I think the biggest thing is that he really did put his family first, and he was a huge family person. And sometimes I think that gets overlooked.
That's great. And Audrey, you were around him. Did you have the athletic part of that as well? Did you play sports, or were you more just kind of hanging out with your dad and the team?
So I actually got into horses.
Okay.
I rode collegiately, actually at Western Carolina. So I was big into horses, and then I still CrossFit today. So I was never a softball player, soccer player, anything like that. Always been super competitive though. And I actually went to baseball camp when I was probably, 4 or 5, and they put me in the outfield, and I sat down, and I was like, I'm not playing in the outfield. And they literally had to go get my dad and say, Audrey won't get up. And it was because I wanted to play on the infield. So, I guess I've always been competitive, but I was definitely a handful.
That's fantastic. Audrey LeClair joining us, the family. So who from your family will be here this weekend for the Keith LeClair Classic, Audrey?
It will be my mom, me, and then my brother and his wife.
Fantastic. And we'll be seeing you Friday, Saturday, Sunday. How many days are you guys going to be here?
We will be there Friday, Saturday, and then we will head out Sunday.
10-4. All right, sounds good. So the family will be here for a great weekend of baseball, and it's cool because the name and the number 23 lives on really every day of the year, but every day of the baseball season. But this is a special weekend to honor the family, and Cliff has done a good job of bringing in some really good teams. You're going to see some great crowds. Hopefully the weather holds up, but it's a time of year, and we say fun, Audrey, for you. Can you enjoy it? Is it emotional? What is the weekend like for you when you come back here to Greenville?
It is a little bit of everything. It's always good to be back. I love Greenville as a whole. I love getting to see all of our friends and the people that have kind of been there with us throughout this journey that we've had. And of course, I love watching baseball, and I looked at the weather, and thank goodness we're going to have nice weather. I feel like every time we come in for a classic, the weather's either cold, rainy.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed that it stays, but kind of a little bit of everything. A little bit emotional, but I think it's going to be really special this year, also with Eric and Nick back in town.
No doubt. Going to be a big weekend here in Greenville, North Carolina. Audrey LeClair and the family will be here for the Keith LeClair Classic. Audrey, thank you so much for your time today. I really enjoyed talking with you and hearing a story or two about your dad, and looking forward to seeing you this weekend at Clark LeClair Stadium. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, there is Audrey LeClair joining us today here on Pirate Radio Live, and man, what a special weekend it will be, and always great to see the LeClair family in town. And I imagine we'll get some first pitches tossed out, maybe 3 at the same time, but we'll see that coming up this weekend. But great to catch up with Audrey LeClair and talk about her legendary father, Keith LeClair. We'll take a timeout, come back, wrap up hour number 1 of Pirate Radio Live. We'll have a Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard update for you, as we've got some Fun Belt conference tournament basketball going on as we speak. Also a final from earlier today. So we'll talk about that, the other conference tournaments going on, and more when we return on Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday. Back with you after this.
You know what happens when you mess with a 125-year-old legend? You get Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Inspired by the legendary taste of Topo Chico mineral water and crafted with unique flavors like strawberry guava, tangy lemon lime, tropical mango, and exotic pineapple for a crisp, refreshing finish. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is a game changer. New Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Legends never stop refreshing. TC Hard Seltzer Company, Tempe, Arizona, Auburndale, Florida. Celebrate responsibly.
How much does the word reliable mean? Sure, all businesses describe themselves as reliable, and we certainly wouldn't expect any business to be unreliable, but when you take a word like reliable and make it your way of life, the entire core of your business, it tends to mean a little more. And it's something you have to show people, not tell them. At Delcor, we show it by being there the same day you call. We show it by simply doing outstanding work with exceptional products, a family-oriented work ethic, and genuine caring for all of our neighbors throughout Eastern NC, because in a time of need, we know the first and the only thing you need is someone you can count on. That's why we only use equipment you can count on too, like a train comfort system. It's hard to stop a train. Delcor can have a new train comfort system installed in no time, or we can provide an AC tune-up to make sure your system is performing well. So will your system keep you cool all summer? Find out. Call us. We're Delcor, the service professionals, reliable for over 4 decades. Visit delcorinc.com today.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness is hosting its annual Live Well Half Marathon, free 5K, and free 1 mile fun run on Saturday, March 12th at Greenville Town Commons. Whether you're a professional runner or a first-time runner, this event allows you to experience the benefits of exercise and healthy living with your Pitt County community. All courses are U.S. Track and Field certified and safe. From vendors to half marathon finisher medals to an official award ceremony, this family-friendly event provides a fun and vibrant atmosphere. Come out and have a good time. Register today at kptonline.com.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
This is Stephen Igoe. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Hey Greenville, Bagel Man here with some exciting news. We are now open for dinner. This is the first time ever for dinner in our 33 years. Our entire menu is available, plus some new sandwiches like the roast beef cheddar, the Italian sub, and the meatball parm. You can also get French fries and home fries as a side for any of your sandwiches. Order online for pickup or delivery, and don't forget about our great catering. We're available 7 days a week. We can deliver or you can pick it up. Bagel Man here.
Pirate Radio.
We are Eastern North Carolina's football program. In time, we will be North Carolina's football program.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. They are the local tech support experts for any of your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, thanks Shirley Rhodes. Welcome back into the program. So yesterday we were live on the air when Charleston Southern, who had one conference win all year long, pulled an upset in the Big South tournament in a 12-5 matchup. Today you've got USA, South Alabama, who's 19-10 on the year, 9-7, towards the top of the league, but they do have the 5 seed in the tournament, taking on a team that won 3 conference games all year, Arkansas Little Rock. And Little Rock just had a 10-point lead when I started all this, and now it's down to 6 and maybe 5 if a free throw is made. But right now, Little Rock, a double-digit underdog, has a lead over South Alabama. First half of that one going on in the Sun Belt. And earlier today, already saw the Ragin' Cajuns of Louisiana knock off Texas Arlington. So a couple of scores there from conference tournaments going on, presented by the Buccaneer Music Hall. Dub Buck. Check them out. Hey, Chandler, what are you doing this weekend?
Going home.
Wow. Really set.
But Sunday I'll be back for ECU in Maryland, and the Buck is open on Sunday, so I might be heading to the Buck.
Boy, you kind of redeemed yourself there. Sometimes you just gotta lie.
I mean, I know what you were asking, but I did not.
But you are honest, Abe. You cannot tell a lie.
Yeah, I wasn't going to just sit here and lie.
Wait,
because I could have said I'm going to the Buck, and people were going to the Buck and saying, "Where's Chandler Honeycutt? He's a liar."
So honest Abe is the thing, but also isn't the I cannot tell a lie? Is that George Washington and a cherry tree? Is that right, Shirley? Yeah, kind of get my fake history stories that we all learned as kids right. All right, some like videos you can see. Some things you hear, you can visualize. And I think you'll be able to visualize this one. You can check out the video. It is 18-year-old Drew Jones. He happens to be the son of Andrew Jones, playing in a high school game. And he's projected to be a top pick in the MLB draft. And this is an awesome video because, first of all, he's got his dad's batting stance, which is awesome to see. He's wearing number 25. So as a Braves fan, it brings back a lot of memories. But in this video, we're going to play it. You can hear the crowd and what they are saying as the pitch is being delivered. Then you hear the impact of the ball, and then you don't hear a lot of the crowd anymore, and we'll hear why. This is young Drew Jones at the plate, about to receive a pitch. Yeah. The overrated chance going
to dead center, by the way.
Dead. I'm talking dead center field. And just that little gasp.
Right over the sign that says Decatur baseball.
Shirley, hit it one more time. I love like the gasp after the final overrated, like we have just made a mistake.
All right, hold on.
A grave mistake at this moment. Overrated. You suck, Drew. You suck. Oh my God. All right, maybe he's not overrated. So
dead center field.
You can watch the video, but I feel like you kind of got an idea of what you would see if you saw that video. Overrated is one of the worst chants we do as a people.
You're taking a risk
in the sports world, you're taking a risk here. It's usually used at the end of a game when the game's about over and you're beating a team that is ranked higher than you. And when you say somebody's overrated, you're basically saying you're not as good as people say you are. In fact, you're so bad, even we can beat you. That's how bad you are. You're so bad that our crappy team just beat you. So let's stop the overrated chants. Here's what I propose, Chandler. When you're a favorite, or when it's like a pick'em, and you're losing, and you know you're going to lose a game, 45 seconds left, you're down by 7, the home crowd should start chanting underrated.
Underrated.
And that gives them props.
Underrated.
And also your own team's props, saying, you know what, you guys are underrated. Y'all are a pretty good team. Because we're a good team, and you beat us, so you're underrated.
Underrated.
Overrated kind of craps on both teams, if you think about it. Underrated props up both teams. Nobody's ever going to do this, but this is what I'm proposing to America.
Don't you already have a wife?
Yeah, I'm not going to get married to this idea, but it can be my mistress.
Ooh. Or in the words of Ric Flair, you're certainly not the first, but you could be next.
To ride this Space Mountain idea?
Yeah.
The Space Mountain of an idea that I have? Mm-hmm. All right, when you're at your next game and your team's losing, start the underrated chant and see who joins in with you. Because Section 213 will be saying it. I can tell you that.
Underrated.
You like that idea?
Underrated, yeah.
All right.
Everybody's going to be looking at us like, what the hell?
What is wrong with these people? Susan Dean's in the chat.
Saw her today at UBE.
Picking up some shirts?
Yeah.
She says hashtag fire Matt Rule.
I gave her the hashtag fire Matt Rule today when I saw her face to face.
There you go. So that has remained consistent. It is Combine Week. I saw a video today. Is this right? Like somebody shot a video of Malik Willis like giving money to a homeless person or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently someone was having dinner like on an outdoor patio and happened to spot him. And from what I understand, he didn't know anybody was filming him and was helping out
that's nice.
Seemingly homeless person.
Do you think that was on purpose?
No, I mean, it could. I tell you what.
I don't know.
Everything I see on a computer screen, I assume it's fake until proven otherwise. That's how I am now.
I'm the same way.
But no, I'm sure he's a good dude. Does this like shoot him up a draft spot or not?
No.
But Kenny Pickett has small hands.
8.5 to be exact.
Matt Corral has broke legs. I don't know. I love that this time of year, like these guys shoot up the draft board and they hadn't played any games in 3 months.
Isn't Matt Corral your guy?
Yeah, he is my guy. Why? I don't really know. I watched him play.
Your guy?
I watched him play a couple times. He can run.
He's got a cannon.
He can really sling it. He's like a poor man's. To me, I am not a quarterback guy. I know more about quarterbacks than Stephen Igoe does, who does not know anything about quarterbacks. But I am not your quarterback whisperer, and I'm not Jeff Garcia here. I never played Jeff, okay? Relax. But I feel like he's a poor man's Josh Allen. He's not as thick with 2 C's.
Thick.
But he can sling it. What are you shaking your head at? You probably don't know who Josh Allen is.
He doesn't even know.
You don't even know who Josh Allen is.
He doesn't even know.
I like Matt Corral, Chandler, basically because at one point during the college football season last year, I said, that's my guy. And now I will ride or die with Matt Corral. Just like I rode or doed with Brandon Suggs. And look where we are today. I look like a freaking genius. You're welcome.
He had to have had like an NIL deal with Golden Corral, right?
I don't know basketball either. He's holding a basketball. He doesn't know what it is. He thinks it's a pumpkin. He's trying to carve it like a pumpkin. He doesn't know what he's doing. Matt Corral, Golden Corral?
Yeah, that had to be a thing.
Ooh, that's what I have for lunch today.
Was he in that fight video where they were fighting over the steaks? That went around a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see the Golden Corral fist fight? Oh, man, it was a brawl.
You missed out on that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I can always go back thanks to the internet.
Google up Golden Corral fist fight. And just shake your head at the world we live in today. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back when we return. Stephen Igoe. Igoe has proposed something really interesting.
He's got a wife, too.
Chandler, words have different meanings. You, of all people, should know this since you say the wrong word all the time.
Ooh.
Correct me if I'm right.
Exactly.
That is an example that just happened yesterday.
All right, I'll change. Stephen Igoe has
an idea to present.
Yeah. Has presented an idea on Hoist the Colors that I am very intrigued about, and we'll see what kind of feedback he's gotten on that. And talk about that. We'll talk Pirate baseball. We will talk Pirate hoops and more when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey Chandler, what are you up to tonight?
Jenny, it's Tuesday, and I'm going to go sing with DJ Captain Morgan for karaoke at The Buck.
Well, that sounds like fun. I have to work. Well, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to go listen to some live music Friday and Saturday night at The Buck.
Live music all weekend long, really?
Yep, all weekend, and they also have the biggest high-definition screen to watch all the sporting events on Sunday Fun Day.
I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah, just check out The Buck on Facebook or Instagram for all the information. The Buck.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owner's insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom with Team Coop Strong. We want to invite you to the Coop Strong race on March 19th. This unique race has a 4-mile course, a ruck division, and an awesome after party. Proceeds support the local nonprofit Coop Strong, which provides financial support for those fighting ALS, scholarships in memory of Dr. Nelson Cooper, and funding for ALS research. You can sign up at runtheeast.com and follow Coop Strong on Facebook for all of the details. As always, we appreciate your support, and go Pirates!
It's bow time. Ever taste something so good you just get hooked? Like the Bojangler, the only fish sandwich splashed with Bo's famous seasoning. So we're having a fish fry, Bojangle style, spicing up premium fish fillets with the good stuff and slathering them with melty cheese and tangy tartar sauce to hook your taste buds with just one bite. Reel in a Bojangler today, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fussell from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com, or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. UBE has been an ECU tradition for over 50 years. You can shop online anytime at pirateware.com. UBE has the biggest and best selection of ECU sportswear and accessories for pirates of all ages. Every day is game day at UBE. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, joins us today on Pirate Radio Live. Very cool shirt, Stephen.
Thank you, and thanks to Zach Maskovich, better known as National Anthem betting ruiner guy.
Some call him Trashkovich, like that one guy did on Twitter that time.
Yeah, that was I have to admit, that was genius.
It was. I loved it. Why are you shouting him out? Just randomly?
I saw this shirt. For those listening on the radio, it is a King Griffey Jr. Simpsons shirt when he was in The Simpsons, and his baseball card of that appearance on The Simpsons. So like a cartoon version of King Griffey Jr., who's my favorite player. But I saw it on his Instagram, and I was like, dude, that is probably the coolest shirt I've ever seen. I need to get that. And he pointed me in the direction to get it. So that is why I'm shouting out Trashkovich.
It is. Looks like a baseball card. And it is a really cool shirt. I'm looking at that episode, one of the all-time great episodes of television. It featured Roger Clemens, Wade Boggs, Ken Griffey Jr., Steve Sachs, Ozzie Smith, Jose Canseco, Don Mattingly, Darryl Strawberry, and Mike Scioscia. All guest starred in that show.
I mean, that is a star-studded episode of cartoon television.
Yeah, and then Steve Sachs joined the group, too. So, dude, that was so awesome, that episode. So did they all have Griffey had the big head, right?
He did, yeah.
Yeah. What a weird time. And didn't Homer get hit by a pitch to win the game or something?
I think so.
Bases loaded.
I have that season of The Simpsons on DVD from way back when. I need to go back and watch it.
All right, better show, Igoe, Simpsons, South Park, or Family Guy?
See, I never got into Family Guy. I watched a ton of Simpsons and South Park. I mean, it just depends on what type of mood I'm in.
I guess since Simpsons was there first, you kind of got
probably Simpsons, but I mean, South Park, I would say South Park is a stronger show today better humor more consistently. And they
better humor.
I mean, they crossed the line, but it's like I don't know. I mean, The Simpsons they can only do so much.
Yeah,
and South Park to an extent, but I don't know.
So you've never watched Family Guy?
I mean, I've seen it on TV, but I used to watch all the episodes of Simpsons and South Park growing up. Now, I haven't watched either one on regular TV in a decade, but
I watched the special over the holidays. South Park had a 2-episode special thing on Paramount Plus, where they grew up in the future and it talked about COVID and stuff, and it was pretty funny. It's the first South Park I've watched in 12 years probably.
I need to watch just some. I'm guessing that all the characters and many of the storylines are still the same.
Yeah.
They kill Kenny every episode.
It's really good. So, that episode involved Kenny dying, I believe. So, all right, good start to this segment, Stephen. Back from Durham, how was the trip to DBAP earlier this week?
DBAP is always one of my favorite parks. Now, the problem is the press box sucks. It is not a good press box, and it's actually gotten worse since the last time we were there.
Is that why you were sitting behind home plate? I saw you on TV.
Yeah, we saw you on TV.
Thanks.
Taking snapshots.
Well, I was sitting behind home plate to get some cool pictures of Nick Logish in and out of the shadows, because the shadows were not... It was cool, but also difficult to get good photos because it engulfed so much of the action.
Must have been a big deal because Cliff Godwin talked about it post.
Yeah. I mean, trying to pick up the spin of the ball is tough when it starts in the sun and goes in the shadows. Anyways, the press box... So they have all these suites behind home plate, and I get it. Why would you not have suites for a minor league game? You get corporate money and obviously fans that want to go and chill. But it takes up the entire... I guess press box area, and so the press box is all the way down the first base line, near the first base bag. It's a terrible view.
Scooter sent me a picture where he can't see right field.
Yeah, you can't see.
You can't see the corner
based upon where you're sitting, and so it's a terrible view. And all the Duke media, they had all these computers up on the front row, which is really the only seating in the press box. All that was taken. In the past, that had not been taken. So we were in the back on these makeshift tables that were wobbling, and there was a leaking roof with a trash can under it right beside us. And so we could not see home plate, which is a problem when you're covering a baseball game from where we were sitting, nor could we see half the outfield. So we just we ate some free pizza, but then we went outside because it was a nice day and watched the game from the stands.
Yeah, we talked to Patrick Mason for the first time yesterday on the show. I believe he said he watched the game.
We sat beside each other, chilled, and talked to some random ECU fans and a few Duke lacrosse women's players. So, it was cool.
Speaking of talking to random ECU fans, we'll get to that in a moment. Yeah. We'll get to that in a moment. Breaking news real quick. This is really cool. February 18th, 2023, Carter Finley Stadium, the Carolina Hurricanes will host the Washington Capitals as part of the Stadium Series. They will be playing outdoors in Raleigh, and that is really neat.
That's awesome.
Good that they can finally get that game. It feels like it's been talked about for years now.
Feels like every other team in the NHL has been involved in that game, except for the Canes. But that's great, especially with obviously the organization really taking a step forward in recent years, becoming one of the better franchises team-wise in the NHL. I think it's a perfect time to have that game.
Very cool. So that is next February 18th. The Canes will welcome in the Capitals in an first-ever outdoor hockey game here in Carolina for the Hurricanes. All right, Igoe, great pitching the other night for East Carolina, and I kind of...
How many outs do you get in a college baseball game?
27.
How many strikeouts did ECU have on ECU pitching have against
Was it 15? 15.
That's a lot of strikeouts. So basically, Duke only had 2 hits. They struck out 15 times and they had 27 outs. So, I mean, they were rarely making contact.
Didn't put a lot of balls in play. I kind of shortchanged Nick Logish going into the game, Stephen, because I said they'll probably give him 2 innings and then we'll go to the bullpen and piece it from there. He goes 4 and struck out 5, walked 3 batters, but a big 4 innings from him. Terwilliger gave up the home run, and that was it for the Devils because Josh Gross goes 3 innings, scoreless baseball. Danny Bill, 3 strikeouts in an inning. So really used 4 pitchers midweek game. That is exactly what Cliff Godwin wants, right?
Yeah, you take that any day of the week. And similar to you, I thought Logish would likely go closer to 35, 40 pitches, but I think he was just pitching so well where they let him go 60.
60, yeah.
And he had been stretched out in the preseason, so it's not like but that was also, 3 or 4 weeks ago now to this point. So, but he looked so composed and comfortable in that role. Just watched him in the dugout pregame. I was sitting right behind the ECU dugout for the first couple innings, and he just looked comfortable. And the first play of the game, the guy hits a line shot screamer right at third base, and they were clearly hunting the fastball. He starts dropping some changeups, and then they kind of were off balance the rest of the game. And even the 3 walks, he could have easily had 1 walk and 7 punch outs because there were a few borderline pitches that did not go his way.
Chandler was complaining about he would have got thrown out if he was a coach. A lot of complaints about ball strike calls.
I was sitting right behind home plate for a couple of those, and pretty clearly a few of them should have been strike 3 that were not called strike 3.
Talked about this with Scooter yesterday, Igoe. With C.J. Mayhew, your number 1 arm out of the pen, at least going into this year, he has shown that he'll go multiple innings if need be. And from what we saw the other day, does East Carolina have a 1-inning guy, or is everybody that comes into a game, if they're rolling, if they're pitching well, could go extended innings? We saw it from Carter Spivey against North Carolina the other day.
I think you've got a lot of flexibility in those roles because you look at some of their top bullpen arms right now, whether it be Spivey, Josh Groves, C.J. Mayhew. Really all 3 of those guys could be starters if they absolutely needed to. And Cliff Godwin said after the game, Groves, if he feels good, there's a good chance he will be in the rotation this weekend. I've always said he could be a Friday night guy with his stuff, but Terwilliger is probably more of a shorter relief option, but even he's gone a couple innings. He was a 1 or 2 inning guy at Barry University. Danny Beal's probably a shorter guy.
Skylar Brooks, how about
Skylar? Probably more of a shorter guy because typically an inning or 2 or a 1 lineup guys, he usually has a 2 pitch mix. Whereas
you said it right that time.
I know. Whereas somebody who you want to go further usually has 3 or more pitches just because it's harder for the batters to gauge.
Good to see the Pirates put up 12 runs. I don't know what it is about East Carolina. Look, if you make contact, good things can happen. We saw it Sunday with North Carolina's 3 errors, and then Duke had 4 on Tuesday. How he goes. So put it in play, right? And just see what happens.
Man, Duke, towards the end of the game, it was more than obvious that they had lost some focus because there were a couple of those infield plays where the guys just got the ball on what should have been a routine play and looked to either the wrong base or just wouldn't make a throw. They seemed out of it, and it's got to be tough if you're the home team and Duke had 5 fans there, man. There's nobody cares about Duke baseball. They probably had their parents there and that's it.
Nobody cares about Duke anything except
basketball.
Yeah,
that's fair. And so ECU fans just took that place over and were loud, and it's always that way. I still remember when we went to the crappy on-campus stadium, and it was 95% ECU fans. So I think that has played a big role. ECU now 21-1 versus Duke in their last 22 because every game is a home game for ECU, regardless of where it's played.
You said a moment ago, so Josh Groves, Cliff Godwin said if he's feeling good, could be in the rotation this weekend. Is that right?
Yeah, he had some arm soreness in the preseason, but he's definitely starter material. Him and Logish were both in the mix to start going into the year. Jake Hunter was kind of a surprise starter, but Cliff Godwin said they started Logish in the bullpen because they wanted some experience in the bullpen. Because really, outside of C.J. Mayhew, who back there has pitched in big spots at ECU?
President Carter.
Now, yeah, he pitched in a big spot and pitched the best game of his career. So.
And they brought in Brooks, we mentioned a moment ago, but they brought him in a stressful situation against North Carolina.
So you just kind of have to run guys out there, see how they respond. And, there's still, Merritt Beaker is a guy, lefty, who I think will end up being a pretty big pitcher for this team by the end of the year. You've got some other young guys who really haven't pitched a ton yet. Who I do think this staff has the chance to be extremely deep. We talked about Carson Wisenhunt a lot. But even without him, if you can get Groves in the rotation, or Hunter, or Logish, or Spivey, basically you got 4 or 5 starting options still, even without Wisenhunt.
So do you think we'll see a change to Saylor, Kuchman, or Hunter this weekend?
I think Saylor more than likely is going back to the bullpen, just based off everything I've heard. So I think it'll be Kuchman, Hunter and then somebody else. I don't know what the order will be.
Yeah.
But I think there's a good chance if everybody feels good, you see Groves in there. If not Groves, maybe you see Spivey get a start. Logish probably after throwing 60 pitches, probably done at least until maybe Sunday in relief, but he's a possible candidate as well.
All right. I kind of wish you could work it out so Cooch Maynard could get another shot at Maryland and see if he could perfect game him again. Because what a story that would be.
So a lot of people forget he started the regional game against Maryland last year.
Huh. I did forget.
Yeah.
Hashtag people forget.
He went 2 innings, I think, gave up 1 run. He did not perfect game. I think he gave up a leadoff home run.
Get that
and
out of the way.
Everybody was like, "Oh, there goes the perfect game."
Who's the best team we'll see this weekend, Igoe? East Carolina's the answer. That was a trick question. Who's the second
job.
best?
Maryland.
Because we just saw Maryland. What were they, a 2 or 3
They
last
were
year?
3.
Okay.
Now they are much improved because they basically got everybody back. Now they did lose their ace and they lost one of their best power hitters, but they got a pitcher back from injury who's their Friday night guy now. Their Sunday guy has like 18 strikeouts and 1 walk through 2 games, so you'll probably see him Sunday. Jason Savicle. I think Maryland's the most complete team. They're really top-heavy in pitching, but their best arms are really good, and they can hit and they can run, and they get on base a lot. Michigan and Indiana State, if you look at their numbers, I mean, they're scoring a ton of runs. Michigan just put up 20 runs on Wednesday. I think they're averaging 12.3 runs over the last 6 games, and Indiana State is averaging nearly 9 runs over their last 7 games.
Well, and giving up runs on Friday in particular has been an issue with East Carolina. Outscored 17-6 so far this year on Fridays, and Saturdays, Jake Cooch Maynard's been a tough luck 0-2 to this point, Igoe, and we've also seen Jake Hunter throw well. So I'm about ready to see East Carolina win a Friday game. Hopefully that begins tomorrow because they have not been pretty thus far.
Yeah, and, people probably look at this Keith LeClair Classic and they say, all right, you got Indiana State. That's a chance to get a win on Friday. But Indiana State has been in a regional the last 2 complete seasons. 40-plus wins in 2019. They were the number 3 in the Vanderbilt Regional last year, nearly upset Georgia Tech in the first game. So, I mean, they've got a really quality program, and they got a ton of starters back in their lineup. They can really swing it. They steal a lot of bases. Just a good, solid team. So, I mean, there's a legitimate chance if ECU plays like they did the first 6 games of the season, they go 0-3 this weekend. Now, the good thing is if you go out and win 2 out of 3 or even sweep, I mean, that's a heck of a week if you're East Carolina. You're facing – it's 4 regional teams essentially going at it. And we haven't seen a field this deep in the Keith LeClair Classic in some time, so I'm excited about it.
Awesome stuff, and kind of get you set for a whole lot of baseball coming up because the Pirates will have their first 5-game week next week at Virginia Tech Tuesday, at Radford Wednesday, and then St. Mary's, who apparently is really good at baseball too.
I thought that would be like your semi-week off or, like a down opponent going into the year, but they have played very well to start the season. I don't know if they've even lost yet. And they're usually around a slightly above 500 team in past years, but I think like 8-0 last I checked, and the West Coast, they play some good baseball out there, so it'll be an interesting series. Kind of odd that they're coming out to East Carolina for a non-con series, but
very odd. That is a very long trip for the Gales. All right, let's take a break. We will come back, have more with Stephen Igoe, hoistthecolors.net.
Clip.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. So next Friday, March 11th.
Yeah, Pirates are in the second round of the AAC tournament.
That and Appalachian State versus Charlotte in Charlotte at the Charlotte Knights Stadium. Now, you're probably thinking, like, why do I care?
It's exactly what I'm thinking.
You nailed it.
It is the Braves World Series Championship Tour. They will have the trophy there at the stadium from 5:30 to 9:30.
Okay.
So if you wanted to take off next Friday,
drive all the way to Charlotte to look at a trophy.
Yeah, take a picture with it.
I think they would have been better off bringing that to Greenville for the St. Mary's game. We got better attendance.
Yeah, so why are they going there?
Braves World Champions Trophy Tour.
If they brought a couple players, that would be cool.
Like, what do they do? Just sit the trophy in the corner of the stadium?
And it's probably a fake trophy.
Yeah,
probably
a replica.
Ain't no way they're taking the real thing to Charlotte App State.
But you know what, Chandler? Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
I just saw Braves, and I said, I know a guy that likes that team. I know a guy who watched that team win a World Series championship for the first time since 1995.
Hey, if we can't get real MLB, let's just go to the Braves tour and keep living life that way.
The Braves tour. First stop, Charlotte, North Carolina, next week. All right, we'll take a break. Igoe St. Mary's is indeed 8-0 right now.
It's tough.
Let's see what they got next. They got UC Riverside for 4 games this weekend.
The old dreaded 4-game series.
I mean, this is such a weird game because they played UC Davis, Cal State Bakersfield, Northern Colorado. They left or they didn't leave their state. You got UC Davis, UC Riverside, Sacramento State. So they're in the state of California the entire season, and then we're heading to Greenville, North Carolina. That is very random. What's the connection there? We'll find out. Maybe Godwin knows the coach. I don't know. We'll take a timeout, come back, have more for you here on Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday. Back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
It's time for a March Madness preview, sponsored by Geico.
Moore, bounce pass to Gillespie along the baseline left side. Back out to Moore for 3. Got it! 45-36, Villanova on top. It's a 12-0 run.
It's been another great season of tough battles in the Big East. How many teams are headed to the Big Dance, and how deep can they go? To find out, stay tuned for Westwood One's exclusive NCAA tournament coverage right here.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a nature show host.
In the native habitat of a suburban driveway, the poor victim of a broken windshield is left assessing his vehicle, utterly helpless.
Well, not true. If he's got Geico, he can file a claim online, over the phone, or with his handy mobile app.
But like a lone gazelle, he'll suddenly be left to fend for himself, awaiting his terrible fate.
Nope. Geico will assign him a designated claims team to help him out too.
So the gazelle gets his car fixed and everything. Wow, nature is so cool.
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers for my friends at Arc Point Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust Arc Point Labs to give you quick and accurate results for all your laboratory testing needs. If you are in need of COVID testing for your return to school, work, or for travel, Arc Point Labs is offering same-day PCR and antigen testing with little to no wait time. Please visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina Arc Point Labs locations or make an appointment now at onehourcovidresults.com. Go Pirates!
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
This is Marcus Crandall, former ECU Pirate and Grey Cup champion. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is Clip Rock.
All right, back with you here, Pirate Radio Live. Got an update on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dabak. It is Little Rock of Horrors, 46, USA, South Alabama, 40, 16:28 left to go. This would be a pretty big upset. South Alabama, double-digit favorites, 19-10 on the year. Little Rock won just 3 games in the conference tournament, but we've already seen a couple of days into conference tournament play, these teams that struggled throughout the year pick up a win, and this is what it's all about. Chandler.
And this is March.
That it is, sir. Very well said. Steven.
Clip.
Are you ready for some Pirate postseason basketball?
Very much so. I kind of wish we could just fast forward past the season finale and get to the real thing.
Man, you made my mouth water earlier today.
Oh, wow.
I was salivating reading your article in regards to the scenarios.
Love a good scenario article.
And I found it on Twitter, so I don't know where to find it up here. Where is it, Steven? Go down. We're going to go down.
This would be easier if you went to the homepage, but here are the AAC tournament scenarios facing ECU heading into its season finale.
All right, how ECU can get the 7 seed. Cincinnati plays SMU tonight. In order for ECU to get the 7 seed, the Pirates need Cincinnati to lose to SMU. I'm assuming they're an underdog.
7.5 points.
Thank you, sir. The Pirates would need to beat Wichita State on the road. That seems like the big hill to climb at this point.
Because Wichita State will probably be about a 7.5 point favorite against ECU.
Great home court. They're not the Wichita State by far of what we've seen in the past, but probably still better at home than East Carolina.
They, too, are playing for the 7th seed.
And that is very important because ECU, if they are the 7th seed, will get a first-round matchup against USF or Tulsa and avoid having to play Houston in round 2. East Carolina a combined 4-0 versus USF and Tulsa. Man, I didn't even really... All I was thinking about was getting out of that 8-9 line and staying away from Houston. Right. But now you're looking at ECU's going to be favored in a conference tournament game for the first time in school history?
We always get so ahead of ourselves from this thing, but that's the only way to do it. And that's, you start looking at the potential matchups, and you could theoretically draw, I think, SMU or Memphis in the 7-2 game after ECU dispatches South Florida or Tulsa. And ECU has already beaten Memphis, granted a much different Memphis team, and they played probably one of their better halves of basketball against SMU. So I think there's a path to 2 wins in the AAC tournament if the Pirates can find the 7th seed.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves and start looking at the potential semifinal games.
Oh, my God.
But then you could be looking at the game. You could face SMU or Memphis there, whoever is not the 2 seed, whoever's the 3 seed. So,
if I recall, we already beat Memphis.
Yeah, so I think there's a definite path to the conference championship if you can find a way to get the 7th seed. But the main thing here, Cincinnati's got to lose tonight, step 1. Step 2, ECU wins on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern over the Wichita State Shockers.
I'm going to give you credit, Stephen, where credit is due. Today I learned TIL that it is, I would say, more likely from an odds standpoint that we play Cincinnati in the first round of the AC tournament than Wichita State. I had penciled in ECU Wichita State, but I did not realize this scenario. If ECU loses to Wichita State and Cincinnati loses to SMU, that would mean Wichita State gets the 7. East Carolina matches up with the Bearcats 0-2, but 2 good games against Cincinnati. Man, had them here at home. Vance Jackson hits a free throw. Pirates take the lead, but they get an offensive rebound and score late in that game. But you know what? It's way more likely we don't play Wichita in the tournament than play them at this point, right?
Yeah, basically, the only way it doesn't happen is if Cincinnati beats SMU tonight. Now,
I guess I'm really counting on SMU beating Cincinnati.
Now, when SMU went to Cincinnati, I think earlier this year, Cincinnati just housed them.
Revenge game?
You got the revenge game factor. SMU's playing for a tournament. Cincinnati just lost to South Florida at home. They're playing really bad down the stretch. Now, of course, every time we think we know something about this conference, the opposite happens.
And about college basketball in general.
So who knows what to expect. But, yeah, if Cincinnati loses to SMU, then at that point, if ECU loses to Wichita, they're going to be – I think if Cincinnati loses to SMU, they're not going to play Wichita. That's the best way to put it.
The other factor other than opponents is tip-off times. If East Carolina's in the 8-9 game, it'll be 1 o'clock. It'll be likely around 3:30 if they're in the 7-10 matchup. We love a revenge game.
Mm-hmm.
Should we be pulling for a first-round matchup against Cincinnati since we owe them revenge? Because USF and Tulsa owe us a lot of revenge.
I think we should be pulling for a Cincinnati loss tonight, definitely.
Okay.
And in that way,
we either get them...
Yeah, Saturday's a win-win proposition.
Or get the 7. You're right. So this game tonight's important. Good stuff. And Igoe will be here next Thursday for the watch-along.
I do plan to be here, yes.
Are you going, you making any trips to Virginia next week?
No, I'm not driving to Blacksburg for a baseball game.
Okay, sorry I asked.
Barely wanted to drive to Blacksburg for a football game.
What's wrong with Blacksburg?
It's fine. It's just not a fun drive.
All right. What is a fun drive? Driving here to Pirate Radio?
No, it's not a fun drive either. It's a miserable drive. Not because of the destination, but because of the traffic and just driving across.
Like if you were just driving in the field, let's say you live in your house, we are here, and the only thing in between that is just a giant field. You could get here in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But
you got 18 stoplights, and there's always some construction, there's a wreck, something going on Evans, so yeah, it's annoying. But what is a good drive? That's a great question. I would probably say a good drive is driving probably on the California coast, which I've never done, but I've heard it's a good drive. Maybe the if you're driving on the Outer Banks, I'm sure that's a pretty good drive.
I've never been to the Florida Keys, but isn't there like a stretch where you drive like just on water for nobody? I don't know if anybody
driving on water,
like on a bridge.
Oh, okay,
but like over water. I don't know. I would say I go the drive to the Triangle. Well, I guess particularly Raleigh. Like if you go to the airport, go to Crabtree, whatever. That is now an easy drive.
Easy drive.
I'd call it an easy drive. I don't know about a fun drive, but it's an easy drive.
It's a doable drive.
There's a drive deep to left field, Steven. How bummed out are you about the baseball non-news?
Pretty bummed. I mean, finally the Mariners, the team I follow, are going to have a pretty good season. It feels like, and yet momentum for this season has stalled out, so it's frustrating. Like, they haven't even finished free agency. They were just getting to kind of the good part of free agency when this whole thing happened, so it's just another black eye on Major League Baseball, and it's so frustrating as a commoner to see billionaire owners fight millionaire players. I know that's a old narrative that gets played out, but it really is, man. Like, listen to the press conference about, them arguing about what the player minimum should be. It should be, $800,000 instead of $500,000 or whatever. I'm just like, come on, let's just play baseball. MLB already struggles enough with its imaging, and we continue to have these problems. I should have known during COVID when they had the chance to be the only show on when everybody was starving for something to watch. They couldn't get their crap together then that this was inevitable.
We had other sports starting to play with no crowds and stuff, like NASCAR and like UFC and some soccer and stuff.
And MLB had the chance to be like prime front and center.
Yep, that's true.
I think starting in April or May, and of course they had to just crap all over themselves for 2 months before Manfred had to just force everybody's hand. And now we're at the same stage. And, I do give the players union some credit, because if they're going to try and make change, this is the only way they can actually get some legitimate change. Every time previously they've caved in and just basically given the owners most of what they want, which is why we're in this situation to begin with. So they have to do it on one hand. On the other hand, it just sucks because it's just super annoying to see people in this stature not be able to come to agreement.
Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, joining us today. Well said, Stephen. Igoe may want to hear from you. In fact, talk to you, perhaps interview you. What am I talking about? We'll tell you when we return on Pirate Radio Live. One more segment to go. With Igoe, got Touchdown Tony Collins and Mully joining us in hour number 3. Plus a giveaway. We'll open up the booty bag. A lot more to go on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
You know what happens when you mess with a 125-year-old legend? You get Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Inspired by the legendary taste of Topo Chico mineral water and crafted with unique flavors like strawberry guava, tangy lemon lime, tropical mango, and exotic pineapple for a crisp, refreshing finish. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is a game changer. New Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Legends never stop refreshing. TC Hard Seltzer Company, Tempe, Arizona, Auburndale, Florida. Celebrate responsibly.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
The North Carolina Strut Masters Championship, presented by Leopold, is coming back to Farmville April 9th. Put your skills to the test against some of the best turkey hunters in the country, like Michael Waddell, Nick Munt, Nate Hosey, and many more. The top scoring birds will win big prizes up to $30,000. There'll be live performances by Mikkel Buck, Nate Hosey, and you never know who else will show up. Deadline to register for two-man teams is April 2nd. Registration now open at ncstrutmasters.com.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Fruitopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
I intend to see to it that any man who sails under a pirate flag or wears a pirate brand gets what he deserves.
Pirate Radio,
I think it'd be rather exciting to meet a pirate.
the voice of the pirate nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back, and let me get my sheet here. It's improper. Live ad reads here. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer, the only hard seltzer inspired by Topo Chico Mineral Water's legendary taste. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is gluten-free and contains only 100 calories and has an ultra-refreshing crisp taste with real lime juice and tequila flavor. Look for the Topo Chico Variety Pack today at your favorite retailer. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage Company. Please drink responsibly. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you here, Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday, 1 week away from East Carolina Conference Tournament basketball. We'll be watching the game, whether it is at 1 or 3:30 here. So you can hang out with us as you watch the Pirates take on either Wichita State, Cincinnati, Tulsa, or USF. According to Igoe's article, those are the potential opponents, Steven.
He said, who now?
USF or Tulsa, best case scenario. Could be Wichita State or Cincinnati.
Correct.
In the 8-9.
Those are the four possibilities.
Right. So still some things to be taken care of to wrap up the regular season. I'm on day 2 of watching these conference tournaments. I've been watching a lot of college basketball the last couple of weeks, and I am very excited for the tournament. You probably haven't.
I did not know that the Sun Belt tournament was happening. I knew that some smaller tournaments was happening. Well, were happening. But I figured Sun Belt would be with the same realm as the rest of the tournaments. Aren't they a bigger conference?
Sun Belt has begun. Big South. You got the Valleys, Ohio and Missouri getting underway. So the CAA will begin, I think, this weekend, and their championship will probably be Monday night. So coming up like Sunday and Monday, we're going to have some championship games. Those are going to be those are the ones to watch.
Those are the one, yeah. I'll usually tune into the smaller league championship games. I just can't get into like Little Rock, South Alabama first round Sun Belt tournament.
You just can't feel it. You don't have.
Although I do like that the 12 seed is beating the 5 seed.
Yeah,
like you see that a lot. I feel like in these tournaments.
Yesterday, Charleston Southern had won one conference tournament game, one conference game all year, and they beat the 5 seed. I mean, it was great. So those things happen. All right, so Steven, I saw this last night after trivia. I usually do my Hoist the Color reads during lunch. I'll go to Hoist the Colors, check out the board, and...
Excuse me. Can I ask you something real quick?
This better be good.
Do you know who won trivia last night?
I got a text from Jonathan Wagner that he was a champion, so I'm guessing you guys' team.
What is your official team name?
Coneheads.
Okay. Yeah. Coneheads, NC Dinos, Dino
Yeah, y'all like team up and split up. Like, do y'all have a set team, or does it depend on how many people show up?
It's like a rotating roster, kind of.
Yeah, we've got a set, like, 3 or 4 that usually show up.
Is it like the Premier League where if you fail, you get bumped down to the Dinos?
Yeah, if we don't podium one day, whoever the addition was, he's relegated.
Gotcha.
CJ, your team won trivia last night. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great game. And it was a game where, like, first and last place was separated by 4 or 5 points. Everybody was right there, and you guys hung on and won at the end.
It was a monumental occasion. I just had to put it out there.
All right. That was a good interruption. I'll give you credit. Pardon the interruption.
And I would say that if the teams are truly that close, then that is some great hosting by yourself.
Hey, well, you know.
Allow each team to succeed, basically.
Except I kind of screwed up.
Underrated.
Thank you, Chandler. That is
Underrated.
great use of the chant that we're going to try to get started.
And I would like to add that I'm still a 2-time defending champion, along with Clip Brock. I don't know if you've played since.
I have not.
Okay.
I saw one of your teammates out there a couple of weeks ago without you and Ronnie. Howard.
Oh, wow.
The big hurt.
Whose team was he on?
He had another gentleman with him, and they struggled without you and Ronnie.
That's tough.
Yeah, it was a tough look.
He didn't even let me know he was going. That's probably part of the reason.
I would say so. Trying to get Patrick Mason out there. I told him that you and Ronnie go like once every 4 months.
Yeah.
So next time you go out there, make sure you tell him because he seemed interested. All right, so I do my Hoist the Colors reading at lunch and then before I go to bed. And last night when I got home, I saw that Stephen Igoe had put out something on Hoist the Colors that said, "Who wants to make an appearance on the Hoist the Colors podcast?" And you said, going to start a new segment in the coming weeks where we start getting members of Hoist the Colors on for 10 to 15 minutes to introduce themselves, share their usernames, and discuss certain topics. I love this idea. I'd love to know more about the people behind the avatar, behind the username, because people kind of have like internet personas.
Right.
Like, I'm going to be the badass of Hoist the Colors. I'm going to be the baseball expert. Like, who are they really in their real lives? Because this is not real life. This is the internet. So I love the idea. You got a ton of people who said they want to go on. I nominated Ori, the resident basketball expert, who I saw after I posted that. I saw where you had already personally extended an invite to Ori, which is one of the most liked posts of all time, apparently.
46 upvotes, 0 downvotes. And I tagged Ori in it so it notifies his profile.
We want to know the people behind these usernames. So I love the idea. Steven, when do you think you're going to be able to execute this?
So I'm hoping, if not by next week, definitely by the following week, just working on some technical things. But yeah, we're definitely going to start this up. And because, this time of year, there's only so much to talk about. Like, we do have spring ball coming up, but
only all 3 sports.
Well, basketball will be over soon.
That's strong disagree. I'd say around April 4th or something. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, after basketball wins the national championship, and then maybe we'll start this. But just it's not going to compose the whole show, but be like something either at the start or the end, the 15-minute segment. And if the user is willing to give up his real name, or at least his first name, and kind of what they do for work, kind of like when you guys have the treasure chest and you ask him a bunch of questions, but it'll be more in-depth and not as annoying as Troy when he does it. Sorry, Troy.
I think you should have Troy on asking the introductory questions.
We could just have like a recorded thing of Troy asking.
Tell us about yourself. What do you do? How long you been a Pirate fan?
So it'll be similar to that, but I also want to get like kind of like we talked about off the air earlier. Who's your least favorite poster? What's your favorite topic to get in an argument about? What do you like most about the site? What do you dislike most? What do you want to see us do going forward? Some of that, their favorite Pirate memories, all that sort of stuff. How did you find Hoist the Colors? All that.
Great idea.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
I talked to Ryder. I think this was off the air the other day, but did you hear when Packard won a contest last week? And said he wanted to give it to message board legend Ryder Giles. That was just a shout out to everybody just crushing Ryder for struggling at the plate. And so Ryder and I were kind of talking about it, and he said he doesn't read it. He's kind of aware of it. He knows that people will talk about him if he goes 0 for 5 or whatever. But I told him my ultimate idea of a great show, I don't know how to execute it, how to get the funding for it, but to somehow have this internet persona who just crushes a guy somehow in the same place at the same time with the athlete they always crush.
Right.
Just to see what they would say face to face.
Yeah, because it would be totally different.
It would be, can I have an autograph? Can I get your picture? Right. I would just I think that would be absolutely hilarious to execute that. This is not that, but this is at least getting to know the poster in their real lives a little bit.
Maybe we can orchestrate something similar and get Bonds John's on with Terry Williams.
Right.
For anybody who followed that back in the day when he went after him after his suspension.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so it's like And he has said he wants to come on. So I'm very looking forward to meeting Bonds Johns. I've extended the personal invitation to Ori. Everybody wants to see that. He's yet to respond. For those who are unaware, he is the ultimate basketball analytical pessimist, is how I would describe him.
Yeah.
Like, he backs up his stuff with numbers and does a lot of research, but it's just constant negativity in terms of his arguments, and nothing's
Same
ever
thing
positive.
over
Same thing
and
over and over.
over.
So I would like to talk to him to see like what he sounds like. Doesn't have to show his face, doesn't have to give his name. I just want to know what he is like as a person.
Could he actually be like AI? Could he be like a robot with all the numbers and stuff?
If he totally ignores all this stuff, I'm going to take him a lot less seriously. Now, if he comes on the show and like actually shows himself, I'll start giving him some more credit.
Interesting. All right. Give him some props. Love the idea. Hoist the Colors podcast. We could be hearing some posters on that very, very soon. All right, Igoe, anything on the football front? Been seeing videos of the workouts and things they've been doing at squat day the other day. It was a cool video on that. So what else is going on? Yeah, just a lot of the workout stuff right now, and then we'll eventually go into spring ball here in a couple weeks. I'm starting to roll out preseason or pre-spring depth chart projections. I had the offense up the other day, and a lot of depth, man, a lot of depth. Some question marks, of course, at receiver, but I think a lot of those guys will get opportunities this spring, and still looking for some more additions there going forward. So ready for spring ball to start. Just a couple weeks, and we'll have coverage of that. All right, as we let you go, earlier this week, I threw it around the horn. Storylines you're looking forward to. Shirley and I went immediately to wide receiver and what that looks like without Snead. Is C.J. Johnson in the mix? We'll see. Currently suspended. Chandler went O-line because I ran off the list of names that are returning, and then Chandler added that, hey, we've made some additions, some guys that can come in and play right away. So what does that O-line look like during spring ball? How about outside of those, Igoe, kind of some obvious ones there? Give me another position group you're going to keep a close eye on. Or a player. What are you looking forward to? Cornerback across from Malik Fleming, who's going to step up with Jaquan McMillan. Specifically, I'll be watching Juwan Powell. Nolan Johnson also out, right? Yeah, Nolan Johnson gone. Juwan Powell has been moved to corner from everything I've gathered, which is what he originally came in as. Linebacker, can Xavier Smith get back to being kind of the guy he was? How does that position look after Aaron Ramseur and Bruce Bivens' departure? Yeah. So looking forward to seeing those two positions a lot. All right, a couple on the defensive side of the ball, which has certainly taken a step forward in 2 years of Blake Harrell's tutelage. All right, Stephen, enjoy the rest of your week. Do you like that? Yeah, that's nicely done. Tutelage. Yeah, it's a good word. Yeah. Well, we'll see you next week. I'll see you then. Either Tuesday and Thursday, or Tuesday and or Thursday? And or. Okay. Yeah. All right. Good deal. Let's take a time out. We'll come back when we return. Touchdown. Tony Collins joins us here in the Pirate Radio studios. We'll also talk to Mully on the Pirate Radio Live line and make you a winner. Open up the booty bag here on a Thursday. It's all ahead on Pirate Radio Live. We are back with you after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff? For service, we're doing touchless pickup and drop-offs. So when you pull your vehicle in, we greet you at the car and open the door for you. But, we're putting plastic on the seats. We're having a steering wheel cover put on. We even have shift knob covers now this year. And then we have the customer actually drop the key in a baggie, and they're the next one to touch that key when it comes out of the baggie when they pick up their vehicle. So just want to make sure we take care of the customers that voted us number one. Brown & Wood, your number one dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Hey Greenville, Bagel Man here with some exciting news. We are now open for dinner. This is the first time ever for dinner in our 33 years. Our entire menu is available, plus some new sandwiches like the roast beef cheddar, the Italian sub, and the meatball parm. You can also get French fries and home fries as a side for any of your sandwiches. Order online for pickup or delivery, and don't forget about our great catering. We're available 7 days a week. We can deliver or you can pick it up. Bagel Man here.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness is hosting its annual Live Well Half Marathon, Free 5K, and Free 1 Mile Fun Run on Saturday, March 12th at Greenville Town Commons. Whether you're a professional runner or a first-time runner, this event allows you to experience the benefits of exercise and healthy living with your Pitt County community. All courses are U.S. track and field certified and safe. From vendors to half marathon finisher medals to an official award ceremony, this family-friendly event provides a fun and vibrant atmosphere. Come out and have a good time. Register today at kptonline.com.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Bone. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 at 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Domino's of Greenville has 3 locations to take care of you. Take advantage of the week-long carry-out deal of all 3 topping pizzas for only $7.99. Order online today at Domino's.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is Cliff Rock.
All righty, back with you here, Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday. Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard update presented by Da Buck. Little Rock trying to pull the upset. They won 3 conference games all year, and they are trying to win another one here in the Sun Belt Tournament first round against the 5 seed. And right now, Little Rock has a 66-59 lead over South Alabama, trying to pull the upset. Touchdown, Tony Collins.
In the house, baby.
Watching some basketball, some tournament basketball here, Tony. And fun time of the year with March Madness. You got your brackets coming out. Not this weekend, but next weekend. So fun time, right?
Great time to watch basketball, especially college basketball.
Yes, sir. And next Thursday, Tony, if East Carolina lands in that 7 seed, they'll be playing at this time.
So might be watching some Pirates next week.
So where they hold their tournament at?
They are in Texas at the Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas.
Hey.
Yeah, so long ways to go to play some basketball. All right, along with Tony, we're going to talk here in segment number 1 with Mike Mullis, who joins us. And I'm going to say thank you to both of you gentlemen, Tony Collins and Mike Mullis, for joining me instead of being on the golf course right now. And Mike Mullis might be on the golf course.
I went yesterday.
Okay, I knew that. How about you, Mully? Why are you not golfing right now?
Hold on, I'm getting ready to hit my shot. Oh, yeah, good.
Quiet on the tee box, please. Lovely day. Good stuff. Mully, appreciate you joining us today, man.
Sure, buddy.
You got the hoops fever yet, or you got another week or so before you get really going?
Yeah, I probably a week or so, but there's so many things going on right now that the hoops kind of thing is March Madness I've not caught that yet.
Well, the coach for Little Rock just did, Tony, because he was halfway on the court and just got a technical foul.
Don't I know that guy? Didn't he play basketball?
All right,
who's that guy?
We'll look him up. We'll see who that is.
Played in the league.
Mully, I tell you what's not going on, and I hate to start with it, but Major League Baseball, since we last talked, they have officially canceled the first 2 series of the regular season.
Already?
Yes. So they will not be an opening day. They will not be playing on time. And now it's just a matter of can they get their stuff figured out so we can be playing in May or whatever. But just continuing to kind of alienate the fans here. And there is a lot going on in the world outside of the fun stuff like sports, and for them to be squabbling over that, it's really kind of disgusting.
Yeah, it's like watching a good friend die a slow death. It's been something that's been a huge part of my life, but man, it has changed. And Tony could probably better speak to it from the fact that he played at the highest level of his sport, and we as kind of common folk. Don't understand the negotiation that takes place where these players feel like their entitlement maybe isn't the right word, but what their fair share is, especially when you have owners that are saying that they're losing money. But when we look at it day in, day out of any major league sport, the business of, they may not turn the immediate profit in that season, but the value of every one of those assets, i.e. the teams, teams are selling for billions of dollars. So, and again, Tony may be able to better speak to it. I don't. To me, it's millionaires arguing with billionaires, and that's the line that keeps continuing to be used. It is a gain to those of us that consume it from a fan standpoint, but for those guys, it's their livelihood. So, but it is disgusting. I don't know. Baseball's just not in a place with a fan base, in my opinion, to be taking time off when they need to be doing everything they can to save the game. I don't know that McGuire and Sosa are going to come back and have the home run, numbers that they had to save the game before. So,
yeah.
I don't know. It's a sad state of affairs.
Tony, didn't I think when the Redskins beat the Broncos in that Super Bowl '87 season, Doug Williams, wasn't that a lockout year?
I went through 2 strikes. My second season in the league, we only played 9 games. And so then we went on strike. And we felt as players that we got nothing.
Well, and Tony, at that time, you weren't making what these guys were making
weren't
anyway.
Making anything.
But on your rookie contract, especially, you probably weren't making that much.
No.
So how difficult was that? The stars in the league are okay to sit out, but you're probably like, hey guys, I need to get some game checks.
I'm a rookie, man. I'm trying to play. So and then that was my second year. I think. We went on another strike.
I think it was 87, right?
Yeah, I think it was 87. Remember when they had the scab players come in?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And Washington actually had good scabs. So what was that time like for you, Tony? Because there's a video, there's a 30 for 30 on it where the NFL players are actually taunting the scab players. Do you remember that part of it?
Yeah, I wasn't out there because I was really in disagreement of the whole strike.
Yeah.
But you got to go with the flow. But the thing was, after we sat out, we still didn't feel like we got what we deserve, you know. But that's just how it is. Back then, you know, we weren't making no money like they're making now.
Yeah.
But you know, these guys are making millions and millions of dollars. So I'm not too concerned about their livelihood, because if you're making $5 million a year, you can sit out a couple years.
That's a great point. Mully, if these millionaires don't play, that's well, all right, we got a little bit in the bank. This is not like it was 30, 40 years ago.
No, but here's the other thing with that, Tony, and to your point, if you're making $5 million a year and it's baseball, so it's a guaranteed contract,
hey, right?
So do you not want to play? Why do you not want to play?
Incredible, man. And back when I was playing, there's no guaranteed contracts. I don't even know if they're guaranteed contracts right now in the league. I guess there are some.
You get like your upfront money, your signing bonus, and something guaranteed, and then everything else is kind of back-ended.
You got to play.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You know, in baseball, you sign a contract, you go to spring training, you get hurt, you get paid.
Right. Yeah, that is not like that in football.
You're saying that might take away the desire to play 162 games?
Well, see, that's my thing is why not? Let's go ahead and get this thing started. I don't know. It baffles me, and it's a greed. It's a greed thing. I mean, and I get it. I say I get it. I get that it's a business, but at the same time, if it's Mullis Incorporated and I'm guaranteed $5 million, my ass is going to work.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd work for Mullis Incorporated. I like the sound of that.
And no matter what you do as a player, this is my belief. As a player, the owners are always going to make all the money. I mean, they're going to make all the money because everybody loves baseball, everybody loves football, everybody loves basketball. People are going to go to the games regardless. They're going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars at their arena. So I mean, the owners are always going to make out fat. So.
But you know what, Tony, too, on that note, the money that, in most of these sports now, the money's made almost regardless of whether they put one rear end in the stands because it's the TV.
Yeah.
You think the NFL lost money last year with when people weren't coming to the games? They didn't lose any money. They still got the TV contracts. They still got a whole bunch of stuff, man. They didn't lose any money.
Let me tell you, if they would sit down and be really honest, they may say, listen, we would rather have 25,000, capacity stadiums, and have less staff, have less.
Oh yeah,
and collect the TV deal.
That's probably true. That's a good point. Mike Mullis joining us here on the Pirate Radio Live Line. Mully, 2 straight wins for the Pirate baseball team, knocking off North Carolina Sunday, Duke on Tuesday. Cliff Godwin said it was the best Pirate performance of the year thus far. Still a small sample size, a lot of baseball to go, but good to see that. And Mully, really good to see that midweek pitching for East Carolina. They throw 4 pitchers in that game, and Logish and Groves looking really good in their extended innings, and Terwilliger, who I think is going to be a good one for ECU, gave up the only runs of the game on a home run. But man, they look really good on the mound on Tuesday, and I would say overall that pitching has been a positive for this team in 2022.
Well, I don't think you have to be, Joe Torre to figure that out.
Well, I am Joe Torre, Mully, so just go on with your point.
They have pitched the ball well. I think they'd probably like to have a little better outings out of their Friday night guy. And
yeah,
that'll be.
You don't have to be Joe Torre to figure that out, Mully.
Well, I'm trying to restate the obvious, but I thought in the Duke game the at-bats were far more quality. They were more tough, as Cliff has said. Looking for tough at-bats. They were far tougher than what we've seen in the past, few games. So, yeah, I think it's definitely a sign of life and something for them to build on. It'll be, look, back-to-back wins over ACC opponents is great for in-state recruiting. I don't think Duke is where they want to be. As a matter of fact, going into that game, my concern with Duke and East Carolina both falling out of the top 25, you had 2 teams that were very similar, and sometimes that can become interesting where you see, guys kind of play down a little bit. I always like to play the team that I wasn't supposed to beat. I wanted to kind of that underdog role. So I think the Pirates went out and did what they were supposed to do against a Duke team that's still kind of trying to figure it out.
Molly, I'm going to state more of the obvious here. Put the ball in play. Good things can happen. North Carolina kicked it around 3 times Sunday night. ECU jumped out to a lead and didn't have a hit because North Carolina had 4 errors. They were walking guys. They were throwing it around. So you can take advantage of some ugly baseball if you're playing clean and the opponent doesn't have their best. And we've kind of seen that the last 2 games along with ECU's good play.
Yeah, that was the Carolina's defense, and it was kind of funny. I was joking. I said, well, maybe by pushing that game back to, 6 o'clock start time on Sunday, they were hoping to kind of run the 4 corners against a team that invented the 4 corners in basketball and maybe lull the Tar Heels to sleep a little bit, and it kind of looks like that might have been the case. They definitely, I don't know the last time I saw a Carolina team, or really any good college baseball team, have those types of errors kind of back to back, so but yeah, you got to take advantage of those opportunities, and that's exactly what the Pirates did. So again, we'll see what happens tomorrow at 4:30 with Indiana State, and it should be a great weekend for baseball. With the LeClair Classic is always a good time.
You got the Keith LeClair Classic this weekend, Tony.
I was down in Louisiana when the season started, when we played Bryan College, and I was down with my son-in-law. He's a big LSU baseball fan.
Okay.
So they had a easy team. I forget who they played, and they swept them. I said, well, we're gonna sweep our guys too. It's Bryan College, man. We're gonna kill Bryan College.
Well, Tony,
what happened?
Didn't quite work out that way. Hey, that's long in the rear view now. We're moving forward.
Beating North Carolina and Duke, that's pretty good. We're on the road again.
And Indiana State, Maryland, Michigan, the opponents this weekend. So some big names coming in, some really good postseason teams that are used to playing postseason baseball coming in. Mully, we'll see you out there this weekend. What else you got going on, man?
Look, I got to bring this up, and again, Tony's opinion because. You guys see the PGA, the PIP money? Did you see how that shook out?
I heard some on the radio about that on the way home from trivia last night. So, and here's what all I know about it. They said something to the effect of Phil Mickelson thanked people for winning the PIP, and then Tiger Woods said something like "not so fast." That's the only thing I've heard about it, Molly. So explain it to me, like I'm 5.
Well, so that is basically the player impact program. So they award this money to the person that I guess the trackable metrics is what maybe numbers of mentions on social media, or so it's supposed to be the player that brings the most attention to the PGA, and Phil Mickelson was kind of pounding his chest, and of course he's had some issues as of late that have certainly brought attention to the maybe not the intended type of attention. But yeah, Tiger Woods, without hitting a shot on the PGA Tour, won $8 million.
And the show I was listening to said, "Why are we giving Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods more money? Like, aren't they good? Can we figure out another way to work this thing out? Yeah."
It's crazy.
And look, I think there's an incentive there for the Pirate Nation that maybe we should just inundate social media with Harold Varner-related tweets and figure out what those metrics are and flood them with attention, and let's see if we can't maybe get Harold little HV3 cash. Maybe that'll be something he maybe donates a little bit back to the program or something. And I do think, and I haven't seen this, excuse me, but I do think Tiger is missing a unique opportunity because this is clearly $8 million of pennies from heaven. It would behoove him to turn around and make a charitable donation to somebody in that amount to kind of maybe take the edge off that sword.
Yeah, I could definitely see something like that happening. Molly, good stuff, man. Anything else?
Oh, no, buddy. No, just looking forward to a little baseball this weekend.
Yes, sir. We'll see you out at Clark LeClair Stadium. Appreciate you joining us today, and we'll talk to you soon.
Take care, Ben. Good to talk.
All right, Molly.
There's Mike Mullis joining us. All right, Tony, good eye on the coach. Now, where do you think you know the Little Rock coach from?
Played in NBA. I just can't think of his name. I know his face, but I can't think of his name. Played for the Washington Bullets.
I'm impressed, Tony, because I always do this stuff. But this guy was before my time. The coach you're talking about is Darrell Walker.
That's it.
Drafted by the Knicks, played for the Bullets from 88 to 91.
Yep, I remember him playing the Bullets.
Went to school at Arkansas. He was a Razorback. But yeah, you remember Darrell Walker thought he was playing.
Not a famous guy. Not a famous guy, but he was a good player.
And he thought he was playing in this game because he was literally like in the paint yelling at a ref.
Surprised he might get ejected.
He's fired up because his team is about to pull an upset and advance into the Sun Belt second round if they can hold off South Alabama. Right now, 73-70 is the score. 22 seconds left to go on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck. There you go, Chandler. You want
Da Buck.
Yeah, well done. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back. A couple things going on I want to talk to Tony about. East Carolina they're doing everything at practice they can do without a football. Earlier this week, we saw them doing squats. Mm-hmm. So we'll talk about this part of the football calendar. Also, the Combine is this week. What was it like when Tony was coming out of East Carolina trying to get eyeballs and attention on him from scouts? We'll talk about that too. And more. We'll also make you a winner coming up next on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you on a Thursday after this.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom with Team Coop Strong. We want to invite you to the Coop Strong race on March 19th. This unique race has a 4-mile course, a ruck division, and an awesome after party. Proceeds support the local nonprofit Coop Strong, which provides financial support for those fighting ALS, scholarships in memory of Dr. Nelson Cooper, and funding for ALS research. You can sign up at runtheeast.com and follow Coop Strong on Facebook for all of the details. As always, we appreciate your support and go Pirates.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Thinking about takeout tonight? Familia can make everything real easy for you with a great selection of Italian food and more. Visit FamiliaNC.com to see the full menu featuring pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts. Place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their convenient drive-through window for pickup. Finish up a busy day with a great dinner for yourself or your family from Familia. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
This is Carson Wissenhunt, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina since 1937. Shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, Greenville's #1 dealership and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
What
is South Alabama doing?
Not winning.
What are they doing?
It took them 40 seconds to take their shot.
What are they doing?
My God.
They just waited till 2 seconds.
Hey, shout out to Daryl Walker and Little Rock.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
A bad year for Little Rock, but it doesn't matter now.
Listen, Jeff, it's a good team.
That's a good league and a good team. You're right, Si. Little Rock knocks off South Alabama. That is the second 12-5 tournament upset we've already seen, Chandler.
Wow!
And there's only been 2 days of tournament play.
This is March.
It is March, and the madness is upon us. So there you go. What we got Daryl and the coach talking about there? Are they disagreeing, agreeing?
I think they're all right.
Everything cool?
I don't think no punch is going to be thrown.
Here comes a Jawan Howard swat.
And Jawan Howard's on the court. Brandon Suggs is out there. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, everybody's cool. Good stuff, Tony. All right, well, let's talk a little football. You got the NFL Combine going on this week in Indianapolis, and now all this is like televised, and we get to see the guys in their underwear and getting measured everywhere, Tony.
Yeah.
So how about when you're coming out of East Carolina and you were a draft pick, so people knew who you were. What was this a thing when you came out at ECU? Was
Absolutely,
there a combine?
yeah, absolutely. We had it in Indianapolis, and guess who my roommate was?
Who's that?
Howie Long.
Oh, really? Wow.
Howie Long was my roommate at the Combine.
Hall of Fame
Your
roommate.
roommate is a lot familiar to people than
Bryce Williams. Yeah, Bryce was on yesterday. He had a receiver from Arkansas, and all he remembered about him.
He couldn't even remember his name.
He said, man, he was the loudest snorer I've ever roomed with. Howie Long.
Howie Long.
He had the same haircut probably back then and everything.
Yeah, he played in Villanova, I think it was. Because they don't have football anymore, I don't think.
I think you're right.
Maybe they do have it now, but after he left, they stopped having football.
I think they have FCS now, yeah.
But yeah, man, it was pretty cool. I did, coming out, not too many people knew who I was, but I did really good at the Combine. I ran a good 40 time and vertical, and I caught all my passes, and that was one of the reasons I think I got drafted so high.
What do you remember about the other stuff, like we're going to measure your hands, your arm? Did they do all that stuff to
Absolutely,
you?
Yep. Yeah. They did everything. They set you down, talk to you a little bit, interview, just see what kind of smarts you had about the game.
Oh, yeah. The Wonder League test? Did you have to do that mess?
That was out there then. Sure was.
Now, because I just chuckle when I see it, but I guess when things are so razor thin, you have to separate one quarterback from the other. But like the talk this week is Kenny Pickett has small hands. The quarterback, what is it, 8 and 8.5? Yeah.
compared to other QBs. I was listening to a show today. They said the last quarterback to have success in the NFL with hands as small as Kenny Pickett was Michael Vick. And, of course, he had a lot of other things good about him other than just throwing a football.
I don't know if Kenny Pickett is fast.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Although he is famous for that fake slide. Remember that in the ACC championship? But Tony, that's what these teams. I don't know how big of a deal that stuff is to these scouts and everything, but that's what gets talked about. These little minuscule things about a player.
It is, man. I'm pretty sure it's to a whole nother level than when I was playing, but they go through everything, man. They as far as your agility, I mean, that's one of the biggest things. Most people think as a lineman you want to be big and strong and bullet, but they look at these linemen, how quick can they move from left to right? You know, that's a big plus as a defensive lineman.
How about, Tony, as far as you say you had a good week? How many days were you there? Do you remember?
3 days.
All right. How many eyeballs were on you, and who did you talk to? Like, how many NFL teams did you talk to?
Actually, the team that had most interest in me was the Washington Redskins.
Damn.
I thought I was going to get drafted by the Washington Redskins. My agent had talked to me. He said, man, the Washingtons, they said they're going to get you probably in the 4th or the 5th round. I was like, cool.
All right, sign me up.
Let's go.
Who was that? Probably George Allen at the time, maybe? Who was I wonder who was coaching there.
I can't remember. I don't think it was George Allen. It was the guy with the race cars.
Was it Gibbs then? Joe Gibbs?
I think Gibbs was there.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Might have
been there.
That's interesting. So did you talk to the Patriots at all?
They actually flew, the Redskins flew me out. I went to their everything, and they timed me there, and they did a whole bunch of stuff there, and so I just figured I was going to go to the Redskins.
Joe Gibbs, he started in '81.
It was 81.
Okay,
yeah.
The coach before that was Jack Pardee.
Yeah,
haven't you been on the show? I think we've talked to his son while you were here. Maybe Ted Pardee.
I can't remember.
Is the announcer for the Houston Cougars now. His son. But Jack Pardee was there. George Allen left in '77.
Okay.
So Joe Gibbs. Well, I wish I could say, Tony, that mistake cost the Redskins everything. But I think they won 3 Super Bowls after that. So
yeah, they did okay.
Yeah, they did all right. Eventually, they got I guess one of your ECU teammates on the roster to win a Super Bowl, Ernest Biner. About 10 years later.
Just went there. Yep.
So the Redskins brought you in. You thought you were going there. How much contact did you have with the Patriots that
None
offseason?
at all. I had no idea where New England. I didn't know.
You looked on a map and you didn't see a state called New England.
New England. I was like, where the hell is New England at?
You just show up in the Northeast somewhere? Wait, you're a New York guy, right?
Yeah, but still, I would understand if there were the Boston Patriots. Yeah, I'm going to Boston.
Look,
that's
Tony,
New England Patriots. I don't know where the hell I'm going. I just know I'm going north.
Get a cab, head north, and you can't miss us. You'll see us. You'll find us.
It was funny, man.
That's interesting. So how about no contact with them at all?
None.
Now we see everything televised for the draft too. You see there's a family in the room or whatever.
Yeah.
The phone call. Is that you got a call from them and that was it?
Yeah, I was watching the draft on my 12-inch black and white TV in my dorm room.
Wow. Was it ESPN then, I guess?
Yeah, they had ESPN. I was watching it. It was pretty cool, man, because, I'm waiting for the 4th or the 5th round to come around. And the 2nd round comes in, and New England Patriots has the pick. And the camera zooms into the 2 guys sitting at the chair at the desk right there, and the guy writes down the name Anthony Collins, and I'm going. Is there nothing Anthony Collins in this draft? As soon as I said that, man, I got the call.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, the fact that there was no kind of forewarning of that at all.
No, none at all.
And made you the pick. So there you go. So combine going on now. Also, we'll be out at Pro Day. I love Pro Day out at ECU when their seniors get out and we have scouts here. They have that back
Absolutely,
there too?
Yep.
And that's when you can get your best times in because you're on your own turf and you got your strength coach with the stopwatch and everything, getting those numbers right. But I don't know. ECU right now going to be going through that as of this time, Tony, with the players still on the roster. We saw some videos. I'll pull it up earlier this week. Saw them doing squats, kind of like a a real bonding, team bonding type thing where everybody's hollering and hyping up everybody in the weight room. That's the kind of calendar year, or the part of the calendar they're on right now.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool time because, you as a freshman and or a sophomore or junior, you got these guys that are seniors trying to make it to the league, and you're really pumping them up, man. And you want to see them do well when the pro scouts come in. And so it's an exciting time for the fellas too,
Spring football on the horizon. Bryce said that this time, with everything they're doing without a football, whether it be like playing tug of war with a tire or kind of doing some old school training, he said this might be the toughest part of the calendar. He said spring ball was kind of a cakewalk.
Spring ball is easy. February is what we call winter workouts. And the winter workouts, man, I hated winter workouts because you're just doing so much. You're getting, and you have that little break after the season's over, and maybe about a month, maybe not even a month. But after that, then you hitting the winter. I mean, you're just doing so many. You're waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's the part I didn't like about it because you got to work out before you go to classes.
Here's the video, Tony. Do you remember? And didn't y'all used to work out like in a warehouse or whatever?
Yeah, we were in the warehouse.
Yeah. How are you on the weight side of things? Could you put up some weights?
Yeah, I did pretty good, man. I actually one of my biggest things is I squatted 650 pounds. So that was one of my heights.
Bryce was counting the bars on here on the side, and we think we had one in the high 590s, but I don't remember seeing a 6. There was a shot of the let me see if I can get that whiteboard again where they had some numbers up there. But 6, what'd you say?
695.
Was that like the team
as a running back? We had a guy on our team. I don't know if you remember Terry Long.
Yeah, sure.
Terry Long squatted 958 pounds.
Holy crap!
968 pounds, I think it was. I mean, he was a monster, man. Terry Long was a absolute beast.
Well, here's some numbers they've written down, Tony, that they flashed across the screen: 635 and 625. You got them.
Yeah,
you can get them right now.
No, I can't. Not right now.
Tony Collins joining us in the Pirate Radio studios. Excited for some spring football, Tony. A lot of questions to be answered. Is C.J. Johnson suspended from the team? Will he be there?
Have we heard anything of what's going to happen? I mean, it's not definitely. I mean,
it's one of those deals where he's got to work his way back. It sounds like so. He's got some work to do.
So does anybody know what happened?
Well, no, not officially. Well, there's been some pictures out there, like security pictures from where he lives of him in a group, and it looked like there was a substance being.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So but nobody knows officially exactly what the transgression was. But hopefully he can get back because you're without Tyler Snead. Like all of a sudden, your big 1-2 there could be gone.
He's going to be a big part of the offense coming next year, man. I hope everything works out that he can get back on the football field. So because I mean, he's a baller.
Yeah, and we've seen when he's doing his thing. I mean, he is a major weapon for this football team and a guy that has an NFL body.
Absolutely. I mean, I look at this kid, man. I mean, if he can get through this year and get drafted, I mean, I just think he can really do just as well as any of our top receivers coming out of East Carolina. I'm talking about Hardy and
as far as like in the NFL.
In the NFL, yeah.
When you think about his potential, just go back a few years ago against Cincinnati here at home. I mean, he just went absolutely off, him and Holt Nailors
against a corner that's like
Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, it's going to get.
I'm going to tell you, he doesn't get the ball enough. To me, now this just my opinion. I know he has to get open, but to me, he needs to get that ball in his hands as much as possible.
Didn't we talk about that too with Donnie Kirkpatrick? I feel like that, and Donnie says, "Yeah, we got to find more ways to get him the football." It sounds like that it's something they want to do for whatever. I mean, Tyler Snead was always open.
Yeah, he's got to get more.
When you have a guy like Tyler Snead,
I mean, but that's the great thing about Tyler Snead. With him at the same time. If you throw to Tyler Snead enough, they're going to start double teaming him.
Yeah, the focus will go to Tyler Snead. and then that opens up opportunities
So
for C.J. Johnson.
I didn't understand why he wasn't targeted enough last year. To me, that's just my opinion. So
without an impact receiver, I think we're going to see once again the tight ends take another step forward with Ryan Jones and Shane Calhoun. They had good years last year, but also Tony, I'd love to see more, and we saw it last year, but Keaton Mitchell and Rajay Harris catching the ball out of the backfield. I think that can be a huge part of this offense.
That's going to be, I think, the 1-2 punch for next year. I mean, you have to get the ball in Mitchell's hands. He needs at least 17 touches a game.
Yeah,
at least
be running, catching.
At least 17 touches a game.
And with or without C.J. Johnson, I want to see more Josiah Hatfield, because that's somebody that can get down the field and make big plays. And I want to see some more aggressiveness with him in the playbook.
Hopefully, he takes over maybe the Snead role from last year and gets a lot of touches for this team. Looking forward to some spring football coming up here shortly. All right, Shirley Rhodes, let's open up the booty bag. What are we giving away on this Thursday?
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
How about a $15 gift card to Familia?
Love Familia. By the way, the pizza of the week at Familia, for just $12, you can get a large buffalo chicken.
Oh, I was going to guess that.
Our favorite pizza.
It is the best, man.
Large, $12.
I love a good buffalo chicken pizza, and Familia has a great one on their hands.
If you're buying it solo, that's tonight. Definitely lunch tomorrow, and maybe even some for tomorrow night.
I just heard the commercial a while ago. They have a drive-thru now.
Yeah, they got the drive-thru. You can pick it right up and go. All right, Familia on the line. Shirley, what caller are we looking for?
Caller 12.
Caller 12, 317-1250. You can be a winner. We're back with more after this.
Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit outdoorheritage.nc.gov.
Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject, rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house insurance or life without having to give up the college insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer here in Greenville today at 493-0002 and put the life back in life insurance.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
We paid how much for those lessons?
Shh. She's doing great.
Oh, yeah, totally. Can you pass me a Pepsi Zero Sugar? Great job, honey! Oh, look at that. That's not the end.
No way. Now it's time for the encore.
You know what? You're right. 5 times? Not enough times.
For everyone who traded in rock concerts for their kids' recitals, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
Here is your ice-cold Pepsi Zero Sugar, sir.
Oh, thanks.
Wanna watch the game? Ooh, little sports ball on a Sunday afternoon. Don't mind if I do. Hey, did we win? It sounds like we won.
It's still the first quarter.
I must be lucky. People say that about me. Tough break on that free throw there. Shouldn't be doing that.
Dude, we're watching football. Come on.
For everyone who spent the entire game explaining the entire game, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations. In Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom with Team Coop Strong. We want to invite you to the Coop Strong race on March 19th. This unique race has a 4-mile course, a ruck division, and an awesome after party. Proceeds support the local nonprofit Coop Strong, which provides financial support for those fighting ALS, scholarships in memory of Dr. Nelson Cooper, and funding for ALS research. You can sign up at runtheeast.com and follow Coop Strong on Facebook for all of the details. As always, we appreciate your support, and go Pirates!
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
Pirate Radio.
And you write that down, because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it!
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to Bobby Swords of Winterville, who picked up a $15 gift card to Familia. Familia is your place for great Italian food. They have just launched a new menu, by the way, featuring new pizzas like the sweet and spicy, the Southwest chicken, and more. Stop in Familia on Wednesdays for half-price wine, and all drafts every Thursday are only $2. Familia is on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live. Shirley, can you pull up the Vince McMahon audio? So,
yeah, give me just 1 second.
Pull it off the tweeter. Earlier today, Vince McMahon, WWE CEO chairman, was on with Pat McAfee. And East Carolina got a little shout out. So anytime we can get Vince talking about ECU, we're going to highlight that as much as we can. So, all
right, I got it.
A short clip here, but Shirley, hit that from earlier today. Vince McMahon on with Pat McAfee.
Gotcha. East Carolina, right?
Harvard of the South.
Yeah, that's it. I went to the Harvard of West Virginia University. I did not graduate. Did you?
I graduated.
What was the major?
Business administration.
Gotcha. East Carolina.
Harvard of the South.
Harvard of the South.
Business administration.
Business.
They starting to talk like Bill Belichick a little bit. Like,
I went to Harvard.
Tony, you talked about your struggles sometimes with school. No wonder it was so tough. You're taking Ivy League.
Harvard of the
South. Yeah, tell people you went to Harvard of the South, Tony.
If I would have went to class more, it would have been okay.
Well, you know, that's not for running backs like you, pro bowlers. That's for people like me that talk about people like you.
And I'm surprised that Vince didn't bring up the fact that he gave a shout out to East Carolina University when West Virginia came and got their ass whooped by the Pirates when Pat McAfee was the kicker for the Mountaineers.
Vince McMahon has zero idea of anything you just said.
I was about to say, I wonder if he even knows that Pat McAfee was on that team.
That was the classic Vince McMahon. ESPN got him to do a read on a promo, and he said,
"Go Pirates, go!"
I'm the most handsome alum from East Carolina University.
Oh, that's what he said?
Yep. And he said, "Go Pirates, go!"
We probably can pull that up somewhere.
And they did knock off West Virginia that day. I didn't realize, Chandler, that Pat McAfee was on that team, but good call.
He was the kicker.
Also, the quarterback that day was Pat White, who will be returning to Greenville as an assistant coach for Campbell.
Quarterback's coach.
Yeah, the QB coach for Campbell. So.
And #1 recruiting class in FCS football.
Yeah, Tony. So Campbell and Jackson State, where Dion is, had the top 2 recruiting classes for FCS schools, and they were higher ranked than a lot of FBS schools. And Campbell will be coming here. Pat White, an assistant coach. Campbell's head coach is former Panthers safety Mike Minner.
Okay.
Remember him playing? So They got some pretty famous names they'll be bringing here from Bowie's Creek. Before I forget, Tony, I meant to.
My friend used to pay
Oh, really? Interesting.
Sorry, I didn't realize the pot was
What
up.
was their friend paying for? I want to know more now.
Me too.
It was an ad to the video.
It was an ad to the video.
Vince McMahon's promo.
Oh, you got the promo?
Yeah.
Yeah, we.
Go Pirates, go!
Well,
Whoa, hold on.
Hold on. Content junkie.
Oh my
comes
God,
over and says,
CJ, is that where we are now? Where you get credit for finding a video?
We'll get into that later.
And I didn't initially give him credit, and he's pointing at himself like this.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Well,
Yes.
and the thing is that the pot was still open
I know.
from the other video, and I did.
CJ, thank you. You know what? Take tomorrow off. You deserve it for finding a video on YouTube.
That's funny.
All right.
Okay, so can I play this now?
Yes.
Okay.
I missed that.
This is Vince McMahon from World Wrestling Entertainment. I'm a proud member of East Carolina class of 69, and I'm still the richest and best-looking man to ever graduate from ECU. Today, the Pirates are going to lay the smackdown on Pat White, and the Mountaineers will go down for the count. Go Pirates, go!
Go Pirates, go! So there. Sorry, not most handsome, best looking, Tony. Do you? Oh yeah.
But certainly the wealthiest.
Yeah, probably. That's probably true about that
he's
one.
on top of that.
So there's Vince doing that. That was in 2008. Thank you. That was the week after East Carolina beat Virginia Tech.
No flags!
In Charlotte. That's right. Great time. I meant to read this when Mully was on, but Tony, you're a golf guy too. I had this at trivia last night. This is my brain can't really put all the dots together to figure this out. But so Gary Player holds the record for most Masters played. Mm-hmm. In his first Masters, he played in the same field with Fred McLeod, who was born in 1882.
1882.
Get out of here.
And in the last field he played in, last Masters, he was in the same field as Ryo Ishikawa, who was born in 1991.
Wow.
How many Masters did he play in? That was the trivia question from last night. How close were y'all?
Need a calculator.
We went with 57. Team 100% went with 57, and we were 5 over.
52 Masters.
He played
Tony.
52 Masters.
How young was he when his first Masters?
Great question. I'm going to pull up his info.
52 Masters. That's a lot of Masters.
That is a lot.
And he won. Let's see. How many did he win? He won the Masters 3 times, 61, 74, and 78. And he was playing on the tour, I believe, in the late 50s, maybe. So, yeah, he was, and I guess played in as recently as, 10, 15
Is
years
he still
ago.
living?
Gary Player is 86 years old and still alive.
He still plays in the par 3. He still tees off at the Masters.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Ceremony.
Yeah, him and Jack
Nicklaus.
Yeah,
It's crazy to think that those guys still swinging a golf club. That he played against a guy that was born in 1882. That is my brain can't handle it.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
There's your sports trivia nugget for the day. Gary Player, 52 Masters played. All right, touchdown, Tony Collins here. Tony, we got Pirate baseball this weekend, Pirate hoops. We'll wrap up the regular season. What are you following right now in sports? You're a LeBron Lakers fan, right?
Yeah,
they stink.
They're terrible, man. I'm actually I stopped watching basketball for the NBA basketball anyway. I'm getting ready. I'm focusing in right now on the tournament. So that's
you're going to be in our bracket challenge, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Who's going to win it this year?
Kind of tough to.
That's a great question.
It is. It's kind of tough. I think Duke has a chance. I mean, they got a good ball club. Carolina's got a good ball team too, but I don't know if they can go that far. But we'll see.
I mean, you've got at the top right now Gonzaga. Baylor has a great record, but they are without, I think, 2 players now, so it's going to be unlikely that they repeat as champions. But this thing is wide open. You could take any of the... Last Saturday, the teams ranked 1 through 6 all lost on the same day.
Wow.
And you had 7 top 10 teams lose in one day. First time it's ever happened. So that kind of tells you the kind of parity there is across college basketball this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. But, I mean, your top 5 right now, Gonzaga, Arizona, Baylor, Duke, looking at potentially being your 1 seeds. But, I mean, it's so wide open now. I had Gonzaga last year. I was kind of, I don't know if I'm going to go back to that well. I really thought they were going to take care of business and finally do it last year. But they ran into a red-hot Baylor team and didn't get it done. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch because you really don't know who's going to take the lead on it. So
really good stuff. Looking forward to that. Let's get our final timeout in. We'll come back. We'll wrap it up on a Thursday here with Touchdown Tony Collins and have more for you here on Pirate Radio Live. We're back after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For 2 years in a row, we've been voted #1 in Greenville, so we're super thankful. For 2022, we've decided to make it the year of the customer. We're taking more COVID health safety protocols with some personal test drives where, you don't have the salesperson riding along with the customer. It actually makes them a little bit more comfortable and they can take a drive and kind of go where they want to go and drive it how they want to drive it.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above. Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly. Because grilled to order makes a sub above.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fussell from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
Hello, friends. This is Troy D, here to let you know that the Masters is just around the corner. Stock up on all your Masters gear with a visit to Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics has a wide variety of vintage, officially licensed Masters polos and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person at 304 Evans Street in downtown Greenville or online at shoptailgateclassics.com.
You know what happens when you mess with a 125-year-old legend? You get Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Inspired by the legendary taste of Topo Chico mineral water and crafted with unique flavors like strawberry guava, tangy lemon lime, tropical mango, and exotic pineapple for a crisp, refreshing finish. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is a game changer. New Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Legends never stop refreshing. TC Hard Seltzer Company, Tempe, Arizona, Auburndale, Florida. Celebrate responsibly.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Pirate Radio.
An actual pirate?
Obviously. Duh. The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a look at your stock market report for today. The Dow slipped 96 points and closed at 33,794. The NASDAQ fell 214 points at 13,537. S&P was down 23 at 4,363. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, wrapping it up here on a Thursday with touchdown Tony Collins. Tony, you going to try to catch any baseball this weekend?
Yes, I'm going to try. Probably on Sunday.
Right.
They play Sunday, right?
3:30 start time on Sunday.
Because on Saturday, see, I got to be... You ever heard of this place called the Village Market?
Where's that?
It's like you're going to Kinston.
Okay.
They're having their 1 year anniversary coming up this weekend, so I'm going to go out there and help them celebrate their 1 year anniversary at the Village Market.
I hope you ever already asked Tony, but how did your book signing go and your the doggy treat?
It did well. It went well, really good. Yeah, at Naughty Dogs, right? That's
yes.
what you're talking about. Yeah, it went really well over there. Yeah, awesome. We had a lot of fun. Yep.
The Village. So, what is the Village Market?
It's called the Village Market. You go on my Facebook page. You can see the address and everything.
Okay, I'm checking it out.
Yeah.
All right. Are y'all selling your dog treats?
We're going to be selling the doggy treats, the whole works. I'm going to be out there with the books. It's actually 5036 Winterville Parkway, like you're going to Kinston. You're on the right-hand side.
All right, good deal.
Home of the big dog.
Check out Tony Collins there coming up on Saturday. Pirates got Indiana State Friday, Michigan Saturday, and then Maryland.
What time's the game on Friday?
It's 4:30, 3:30.
So you going to the game on Friday?
I'll be here.
Oh, you got to work.
Yeah, I got to work.
That sucks.
I'll be there Saturday and Sunday. Okay. In fact, I'll be there all dang day because I'm doing PA for both games Saturday and both games Sunday.
Okay.
My weekend is shot.
It's all about the grind, Clip Brock. It's all about the grind.
I'm going to be grinding, and by that I just mean sitting in a chair and talking. But
okay, good, because I don't want you to pull a Urban Meyer.
I will not be physically grinding.
Can you drink while you're grinding?
He doesn't.
Well, let's say you could.
Yeah, but you don't.
I don't.
Yeah, but you could.
It'd be pretty easy, actually, Tony, because they have canned sodas up there. If I took me a solo cup,
do
that airplane. I mean, I could, but I don't. And Tony, I actually have not had a drink since last July.
Fantastic.
Believe it or not.
And guess what?
What?
I haven't had a drink since February. I just started mine.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, so since Monday?
Congratulations, Tony.
February 12th is when I started mine.
All right. So how long are you going?
I'm going to go as long as I can. I got to lose some weight.
Man,
drinking that beer, it makes you lose weight.
I'm like addicted to Pepsi now, unfortunately. I got to get off the dang sodas.
Pepsi's not good either.
Nah, it's not. It's like just as bad. All right. We wrapped it up on a sour note there. Tony, always appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, go check him out Saturday at the Village Market.
Yeah, maybe I can get a ticket to come to the game on Sunday from Troy.
Yeah. Hit him up.
Yeah, I'm going to hit him up.
Hit him up. Might get you a popcorn, too, if you're lucky. All right, Shirley Chandler, Content Junkie. We'll see you guys Friday, 3 o'clock on Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM.